この世界で君に会えた日から輝き始めてる一つ一つ叶えてゆけるかなそばにいてどこにいても見えない未来なんてもっと退屈な光とっておきの場所で一緒に隠れた日差し揺れてあと少しの距離を待ち望んでいるのいつだってもどかしよ離れないでこの世界に君がいてくれる道は
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Unlimited Trainworks, Choochagatari. That's the podcast that we're on, where we talk about anime once every 2 weeks. It is November 17th, as of the time we are recording, 2020. And with me as always are Elvie.
Hello.
Hey, and John.
Folks, I didn't watch that much anime. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry, I think Elvie has got us beat this time around, I think.
It's been a lot of like watching and then immediately dropping the show. For the rest. I realize now. So it's kind of like I took a sampler and didn't like it.
Well, it's better to try things and then just stop it instead of trying them and then just keep watching it and go, why do we hate this? Why do we, you know?
I mean, at times that has happened, but...
Yeah, I know. So yeah, there's no anime this week. We're watching Ghost in the Shell. Talk about it next time. Standalone complex. We'll get to that. What should we talk about first? Let's see. Elvie, there was a couple things that we didn't have you talk about last week because of time. So if you wanted to talk about that, I'll get like, what is this little astronaut child in the Yuri anime?
Oh, yeah.
What is this?
Yeah. So you're referring to specifically Adachi and Shimamura, which is a very sweet show. It's very good. And it outright is like a romantic series. It makes that clear up front. And it's just basically about these two, or just focusing on these two girls, two high school girls, and they're just day-to-day life. Specifically, it's mostly focusing on this one girl, who is just kind of struggling to come to terms with her feelings over her friend, and she's not quite sure how to define it, and obviously it's romantic, but she's just kind of struggling to figure out, she's just struggling to figure out like her feelings for her and her sexual feelings for her friend nonetheless, and it's done in a very tasteful, sweet way. I think it does a very good job in just depicting someone going through the motions of that roller coaster without it being so flagrant and sensationalized or like done in a very gawkish way. That's very typical of unfortunately of like past Yuri. But otherwise it does it in such a way where it's not making the genre just something to like gawk at, basically. And that's like refreshing to see, a gay anime where it's not just porn. It's not designed to be for a particular
Sakura
gaze.
trick, if you will.
Yeah, or bait, basically, like queer baiting. It outright is pretty clear that this is a series about like two young women and their relationship with each other and how that develops or how it doesn't develop. And the series is by the same man who has also made Bloom Into You, which is a very similar series, but a different artist, which is interesting. But also, I didn't realize he also has done Denpa Ona, which is that series from a while ago, which is about basically this kid who's trying to confront his like weird cousin who thinks she was convinced she's like an alien. And there's like a bunch of other his work that's actually similar to Denpa Oma, where like he has done a lot of stuff in relation to space, a lot like, you know, like weird cosmic quirky stuff. So like these like Boom Into You and then Adachi and Shimamura is actually kind of like not unusual, but it's kind of like a departure from like his past stuff. So in the series, again, it's a grounded, realistic, light drama series. It's literally just set in the everyday world. There's nothing spectacular about it. It like, you know, like I said, it does a good job of conveying someone's like inner psyche and how they kind of are trying to think about someone or feeling about someone. So there's like a lot of these intentionally exaggerated moments where it's clear that this is in someone's head, or they're kind of seeing things like in their head, or this is just a visual portrayal of what their emotions or emotional state is. But there's like a weird thing in the series where they see this little girl in a spacesuit, and they don't explain what the deal is with that. They don't explain where she comes from. They just start talking to her and are like, oh, that, you know, they're like, oh, she's like weird, and they're just kind of entertaining her for most, and both of the main girls, and then other characters in the series see her as well. So she is either a collective imaginary manifestation that everyone for some reason is just having, or she's like a legit supernatural being of some sort, some otherworldly being of some sort. That's for some reason in the series, and she kind of doesn't really add anything. She doesn't really do anything to enhance the series. So, but I don't think she's even much of a flaw to the series at all. I'm just confused by her. And I tried looking it up, and other people had the same questions. They were just like, oh, I think it's just the creator liking to reference, like, oh, he did Denpa Ono, so he has like a weird space girl. It's like in the first few episodes of the series, and I think she is in the, like, I think the series is a light novel or a manga first. Like, I think she is in the original source material, so that's what's even weirder. In the first couple of episodes, she's just like this little space outfit child. They don't even see her face. Like, she's like the stereotypical silhouette and image of like a cartoony spaceship, little gremlin thing. And they just see her one day. I think like literally when the first time the viewer sees it, they think it's just like a statue in the background, and it's just nothing worth like glancing. And then all of a sudden she just starts talking to them. And then they just interact with her, like, you know, they're like weirded out first, but then they kind of just accept it normally, but then they're not really questioning it. And over time, in the recent episode, she's no longer wearing the spacesuit. She's now just like a little blue glowy girl with, like, you know, she's kind of like sparkly looking. Again, it's like, again, if one knows what Denpa Ona is, she just the character design of that little girl there. You know, she just looks sparkly. She looks very otherworldly and cosmic. And yeah, now she's just messing around with the other characters. So I don't know what her deal is. It's very strange. But she doesn't, but like I said, she doesn't really add or detract from a series. It's just very odd that that's there. I don't think Blue Into You has that either, so I don't know why the series in particular has this strange little tiny magical element to it. So I don't know what it means in the end. But it's definitely a series I highly recommend if you just want something very sweet and a gay love anime that is very, I think, grounded and not something meant to appeal to a certain gaze. It's just a romance anime. It's very good, I would say.
No, does like every single Yuri show have to have like this one weird character? You know what I mean? Like that is inscrutable.
Like, can you name an example of where this happens also previously?
Let me think about this.
I think I know what you mean. I feel like it does. This just does happen for some reason.
Oh man, it was right on the tip of my head. I don't know. Fuck. Never mind. I'm wrong. No, it's not in any series apparently. If I can't think of it, it was like in my.
But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I just don't know why it's there. It's just a little confusing.
Yeah, it is. It is a weird thing. There's always just a weird thing thrown into these things. You know, like how like in Maid Dragon has the horrible Lukoa character for no reason. Quetzalcoatl. Like, why is this here?
I mean,
I know why it's there. I'm just saying. why is it there? What she doesn't add anything to what that story is about. Right? Like the core.
Yeah.
There was like a weird friend in soccer trick too. I feel like to reference it again, but all my memories of that show are gone. Citrus too as well.
Here's my question.
Oh, yeah.
Here's my question. Do you think it might be because a lot of Yuri shows are more subdued and like realistic, and maybe the authors are just kind of bored of writing like, here are these two normal ass characters. I need to do something that's crazy so I can get that out of my system.
It's possible.
Or, like, yeah, unfortunately, now that you brought it up, that's a great point. I think also, when looking, unfortunately, at, like, what trends and appeals in the industry, I wonder, too, if there's an intentional need to put in a weird character so they can market the series.
Right,
because it probably doesn't have anything else to kind of sell. Right.
Hey, listen,
so it needs something
fine.
that's odd, or unfortunately, the moe factor. Like, because the two, for instance, like the two main girls do not fit under that definition whatsoever. Like I said, they're just normal. But then this little girl's like, okay, she kind of fits the definition of what I'm referring to, right? Like there's something about her that's like, oh, she's cute and weird, and I kind of like, oh, I would like a plushie of her, or like a weird figure, there's something about that quality to her. So yeah, I don't know, but I don't think that's what the creators is thinking when they write this. I think they genuinely just have the perspective like, I just want to add something weird, but there's something to that as well. I think when it comes to marketing the show or having something that needs to stick out for it to be seen.
Makes sense. So do you think overall it's a good series?
Oh, it's it's great. It's really great so far.
Okay.
They had it's weird because I think some of the series that premiered this season, or like I don't even know at this point, right? We had a lot of titles that premiered this season, or the crossover of stuff from that was delayed. They had a Christmas episode that was the most recent episode, so it's not quite Christmas, so it's kind of awkward. But it's so like a lot of series are just at that halfway. If they're like 12 episodes, like the 5 to 6 episode point, I think right now, or even 7. It's very good so far. And again, just on the topic of this being like a gay show, this is a gay series. Like it also, it's not. The problem with like fiction that is like, oh, here we're gonna depict, if we're not gonna depict homosexuality in like a sexualized pornographic way to appeal to like a straight gaze, we're gonna do the complete opposite and do like make it sad, just for no reason. We're gonna make it tragic for no reason, like tragedy porn.
Right.
And it doesn't do that either. It doesn't have any sense of like we're gonna just have this weird commentary on discrimination or like homophobia. It doesn't do that at all. Like there's also this implication where a lot of the characters who sense that these two girls have something going on, they like support it. There's no commentary on whether or not there's like going to be there's no sense of me feeling like there's going to introduce some character who just hates gay people. I don't think that's going to happen. It just does a good job of just like, okay, this is a natural thing, which is what it should be in the world. But it's just their world around them is reacting to the fact that this is just two friends who potentially might have something going on, and we're kind of like teasing them about it, right? So it's not trying to just force the negative possibility there because it doesn't exist, and not to even like pretend it doesn't exist, but it's just doing it in such a way where like there's no reason for us to just do that, and I think that's good.
I remembered who it was. It was Hitomi from Madoka, who I was thinking of immediately, who runs around saying girls can't love girls and stuff like that, and is such a weird character in that show compared to like everything else. She doesn't really have anything to do with anything, and all she does is say no homo or something, and that it's a very weird character.
You're right.
And like even in the movie and stuff, it's really weird. She just is there. It's weird. Okay, so that's Adachi and
Shimamura.
Shimamura. All right.
It's just alliterate our names.
I was intending on watching that. I probably will. Maybe when it's all done. Maybe.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
I was going to go. Speaking of very sweet, here's Sleepy Princess, but she is evil. She is twisted. She is not sweet.
She does seem to be like getting more twisted per scenario. It's very she is a hostage, but she's now a threat to the people holding her captive. I mean, she has been from the start.
Yeah, she has.
We got that hint, but it's just.
I like the dynamic they have introduced gradually over the show, where it seems like the Demon Lord abducted the princess just because he's going through the motions of what he's like you're supposed to do. And I also like that the hero sucks ass completely, apparently. Just completely sucks ass. And that's making everyone depressed. I just think this is a good show. I thought it was going to be a one-joke thing. I thought I was going to get tired of it after, like, 2 episodes, but it is maybe the highlight of the season for me, honestly.
I'm going to be honest, it is definitely still a one-joke thing, but that joke is so good, and they just keep building on it and making it better. It's so funny. Like, here, I have my notes written down. Oh, fuck. My microphone got stuck on the notes. Yeah, I mean, it was very funny how the Demon King was just like, look, we need to set this up so I fight the hero at the end. We gotta figure it out. You know, if he's taking forever to come here, this is fucking it up. And they're all, like, figuring out how to, like, direct him to the castle, and he can't figure it out because he just keeps dying or whatever. Probably the highlight of the last 2 episodes, though, was the part where the princess is, because it's getting cold. She's like, "Well, I need wool panties now," and it's, you know, I don't have them. I left them at home, but when I was a little baby, I got scolded for showing everyone my panties. So I need to make sure that I am prim and proper and don't say anything rude. So she's trying to, like, tell everyone in the castle that she just wants to, you know, get the tools necessary to make some new panties for herself. But she keeps, like, threatening everybody. Like, when she does, like, the little, like...
It doesn't help everyone's already terrified of her because she's a twisted individual who has killed for fun.
I mean, she still kills while she's trying to be non-threatening. Like, I mean, the first one, which, like, absolutely killed me, was when she does, like, the, like, sign language thing for panties, but they read it as, "I will crush you and you will die in 2 seconds."
Yeah.
And yeah, she finds one of, like, the sheet ghosts and cuts it up, and then, you know, to explain that she's going to make panties, she tries to draw them on the wall, but it looks like their head, so they're like, she's gonna behead us!
Which she's been doing anyways.
Yeah, which is nothing new. She's fucked up.
That harpy episode was the real fucked up part to me, just that poor fucking harpy.
It was very cruel.
I know that we talked about this last time, but I'm just thinking about how fucked up that was, really.
Tragedy!
I'm 1 episode on behind on this, so I don't... I mean, you can feel free to talk about it, but yeah, that last episode, especially the ending, all the scenes where they have her, like, just over the Demon Lord, just torturing him over and over again because she's trying to make him go to sleep. But
she stabs him. She full-on stabs him.
And I just love the part. I just love the part where he goes, "Is this what you do to get to sleep?" And she's like, "No, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what is this? What is this? What is her goal? What is her moral compass? Like, what is anything she does?" It's really good. I'm really enjoying it every time I watch it. Now, what do you think about it? LV, huh?
Yeah, no, it's great, and I think, you know, our debate over if it's just one joke, I think it's more like the sleeping part is not the one joke. Actually, it's just really the one joke that she is more than capable of, like, doing mass destruction than how she appears to be, as opposed to her trying to be on a quest to sleep. And yeah, it's really funny, and it just exceeds my expectation every time over like what they can push or potentially do.
So did you both watch the newest episode, or did that like just drop?
I didn't. It just dropped. I haven't yet.
I have not seen it. Yeah, the last one I have seen is, what we were referencing is where like she was trying to help the demon lord sleep.
Okay, well, I won't spoil it full hog, but I will say that she straight up meets Hypnos, the, like, god of sleep.
All right.
And he just, like, immediately takes a shine to her. It's so good. It's very fun.
Oh, yeah, of course he would. God, what was the... my favorite part, I think, in the episode that I saw was just when, like, everyone's just like, oh, there goes the princess again, and they go, like, oh, do you think she's going to, like... Because was the last episode the one where she also blew up the robot, right?
Yes.
That happened, okay.
Yeah.
So, like, I just like when they're, like... Everyone's like, oh my god, is she going to go blow up the new robot or something like that? And the ice guy that she killed, like, a few episodes ago just gets up and goes, yes, she will. She'll fucking do it. I'm telling you right now. We need to stop her. She is sick. She is a sick fuck. And I just love this. Most people are just like, yeah, she does some fucked up stuff, but she's just, like, this tiny creature, whatever, who cares? And then, like, there's, like, the 3 people she's murdered that are just like, she killed me! Like, she fucking killed me, guys! It's good. I'm liking it more than, like, I compared it to Endro before. I like it a lot more than Endro, I think, which was that cutesy adventure similar thing, like, last year, I think. Yeah, it's a good show. It's a good program. Banger ending also. I've listened to the ending a few times outside of the show because I thought it was really good.
The opening's really good too.
The opening's good too.
Good music in general.
She's just singing her heart out.
Yeah.
Truly menacing.
Her fucking spinning dance in the opening is pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I like the little tapir.
Oh, I love the I love
tapir.
tape. Not enough.
I don't think we've seen
it
yet. I feel like we have not seen it. I think that's very
but
important.
That was the thing I was noticing in the ending after the last few episodes was like, oh wow, there's like a lot of stuff that's in the episodes that like are like worked into the ending animation specifically. I was like, oh wow, like the balloons and the tree with the pompadour that you murdered.
He murdered tree.
Because I was always like, what the hell? I thought it was just like a design thing, but it was, no, he's there. He's dead now, but he's there.
He's just tree skin.
Tree skin.
That's what that
tree bark.
Sorry, but
no, it's okay. That's what it is.
But they're anthropomorphic. I feel like unfortunately we do have to acknowledge it's just tree skin.
No, I don't want to have like morals
bark,
about
okay.
trees. I don't.
It's his. Okay, he's bark. I don't know. It just makes me think like, okay, how is she? So she's like a human. His sister, the sister who was like watching in terror. And she was trying to be as.
She's like a forest nymph, right? That's
yeah. Maybe that's the thing. She's not wood or tree, but they are related by some connection with some forestry woodland thing.
I don't know if maybe she's supposed to be like Demeter or something because.
I see.
I like, again, not to spoil too much, but other characters appear in the next episode that are like, I mentioned Hypnos, but there's other characters that are named after I'm trying to remember if Hypnos is Greek or Roman nomenclature. Okay, yeah, I think they're all like the Greek gods and all that are showing up in this. Which hey, you got that they're popular
what the
these
hell?
days.
What is going on? Did we ever find out why?
No one knows. I don't know. But like I said, it was just also funny seeing stuff that has nothing to do with any particular property, but it's just like mythology adjacent inspired stuff, and it's holiday shopping is a thing. Support small businesses first. Like look to those places first if you have something you're thinking of before you go to big retailers. Mm-hmm. But anyway, point is, I was just seeing a bunch of stuff being read, and it's stuff someone probably made years ago, and now it's a hot item. You would see it this item's about to sell out. Depending on if you're on Etsy or something, they kind of do have an algorithm that shows something that seems to be a hot item, and it's a lot of those. So I don't know why people are into this right now.
Mm-hmm.
again, we kind of have like a similar, we have an explanation again for something like Sherlock Holmes, where this is a work that went into the public domain recently. It's a few years by this point, at least parts of it. Not the whole thing. I know there was some Enola Holmes drama or something.
Oh, I loved that. It was the Netflix series portrayed Sherlock Holmes as a feminist, and they got mad because they said that ruined his character development, where in the last book he became a feminist or something like that.
Yeah, the estate said, the Conan Doyle estate said something like, and it's Henry Cavill, of all people, too, who's depicting Holmes in the adaptation. It's a young adult series. It's like a young adult book series where, they imagine he has like a little sister or something, and she just solving crimes. That's just essentially what that is. It's like a cute little thing, and they basically sued the production of the film. I don't know if the series got in trouble, which again is much older than the film version, but Sherlock Holmes was too emotional and expressed too much of like these ideals that did not develop in his character until a certain part of the chronology of the books. So what entered the public domain was apparently a specific chronology of the Sherlock Holmes canon, but not like these other books where he supposedly has this personality. So it's kind of like, oh, so I don't know. I don't know what's the best analogy to this. You can like imagine now, like, oh, you get this thing for free, but not all of it. Like you only get parts of it. If you're gonna get the whole thing, you're stealing. But just the logic of that is funny to me. Like it's not funny to overhears. That's kind of messed up and makes no sense. But it's just funny in concept, like, oh, they're suing because Sherlock Holmes has emotions. That's what it boils down to.
It's such a copyright law is great.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of so that was Sleepy Princess and the Demon Castle. I forgot we're gonna do this thing right where we say the title again, just make sure people can know where to find it. How to find it. This is on Funimation, sadly. Every time I'm going to go take screenshots, the Funimation app doesn't let you take screenshots on your phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I have to
never
find
tried.
some illegal website and click through a million MILF ads to take a picture of
someone's
her.
like blog with a watermark and
and they got
it's like
I'm not exaggerating, like 80 MILF things popping up going like, get the MILFs, find the MILFs, they're here to get you. And like I'm just like, hold on, I want to find the funny tiny anime woman drinking Mountain Dew in her bed or whatever. Like, that's all I want.
Drinking purple drink in her bed.
What a mistake.
She made a mess.
She made a damn mess. It's never a good idea. All right. So you abandoned Elena, right? Both of you, right?
Yes.
Yes, I had enough.
Perhaps
we've had enough of this little girl.
Well, so you didn't see the episode where the lesbian came back, right?
You did warn us about that. She did return for some reason. So she's a
recurring character now.
Oh, okay.
She's been in 2 episodes in a row. Great joke. The joke is that she's gay. Can you believe this?
So are they actually explicit about that now? Is it just like it was not your sense of like,
No,
I feel something else?
I was right.
Really?
I was correct.
Oh gosh.
So,
okay. And like, to her specifically.
Yes, she is like all over her. In the most recent episode, she's literally writing like the "I love Elena" like on a wall 30 times, like a freak or whatever, because she's twisted. She's asked her to marry her like 80 times or something, and stuff like that. And let me tell you, it's not good. That part's not good because she's basically the entire time the Elena character's like, "You're yuck, gross, go away," or whatever, as she is. So these 2 episodes, let me tell you, not that bad, really, in the grand scheme of things. However, the second one really took a turn. So the first episode was about, like, this kingdom where no one can lie. So everyone's an asshole to each other, obviously, because this is the world of Elena, where everyone's just an asshole to each other all the time. But yeah, that episode goes on forever. There's not really a moral to it at the end. The moral is people should be able to lie to each other because everyone has to lie to each other all the time to survive. And it's like, okay, yeah, I guess. Okay. And the king is just like this real sicko. But yeah, so everyone's just being an asshole to each other that whole episode, and then like the gay witch appears again and is like, "Wow, I was called to deal with this because I work for the Magic Association that solves problems, unlike some people." Like whatever. It's like, fucking Elena just flies around and does whatever the fuck she wants, and like every other witch in the world apparently belongs to like this service that helps people, basically, I guess. Like this mage association, where they go around and actually try to solve people's problems. So yeah, I guess she just decided not to do that because she's also, they have suggested that she is a super duper rich girl, like a super duper rich girl, and that her mom was like a big shot author witch lady, basically. And that's why she's the way that she is, I guess. But also now that they've been referencing that her mom was a witch, they keep making jokes about how she has small boobs. So that's, you know.
Oh, that's
because her mom looked just like her or whatever when she was a kid. And
I don't know if that falls under the issue.
Kid,
like, the
I'd say they're like 20 now or something, but
the issue of like the creator did not want like weird sexual stuff.
They're not like, you know, they're not, again, visualizing it. They're just having characters say it.
Talking about it.
Yeah.
For some reason. Okay.
So the second episode was about like a Berlin Wall analogy. Almost, but where these two cities were even selling the parts of the wall at the end, okay? Like it was like literally that. So
no.
It was both sides decided that they were better than the other, so they built a giant wall because they hated each other. I don't know how a city works like that, where just there's a perfect split down the middle where these people fucking hate each other, but yeah, okay. And then they were like, the wall's so boring. And then that's when they go to the past and they show Elena's mother go there. And she goes, hey, here's the solution to make your wall not boring. Have all the people, travelers who visit your city or whatever, write on the wall what they think of your city. And like, you know, people will say that it's good because it's a good city. And then you can, you know, it'll be like this nice travel thing, like go to the city where you can write something on the wall or whatever. And she also told that to the other side too, I guess, also, because she had to solve both the sides' tourism issues, and they both did that. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that accomplished, but all right. And then, like, it cuts to the little gay witch coming later, like, whatever, like 20 years later, and it's like, he's like, yeah, that idea was great and everything, and people kept coming, but now they're getting bored of it, so we need a new tourism thing. And she comes up with the idea of like, okay, what if everyone who lives here writes on the wall? And I was like, what? How does that solve the problem? It doesn't. So she tells both sides that or whatever, and they're all writing on the wall. However, because again, this is the world of Elena where everyone is an asshole to each other, that becomes a bad idea because, oh no, everyone's writing how much they hate each other on the wall. And then, oh no, people are getting drunk and writing mean things on the wall, and then they gotta erase it the next day. But you can't erase it from a wall, so they gotta carve it out. So then eventually they accidentally break the wall. Because it's happening on both sides. And then they realize that they're friends after all. And that was the first part of the episode. And it was just like, this is so contrived and insane. I don't understand what the message is. Again, because it's Elena, and there is no message ever. Then the second half of the episode was that story again, where these villages separated into two halves of the villages because they hated each other. But then one half of the village, they both made wine. It was like a wine vineyard village, basically. And the other half that made wine decided to start selling, like, foot fetishist wine, where they were like, we have a sexy lady step on every single grape that goes into this wine, or whatever. That is literally what it says on the bottle. Like,
great.
And the guy's like, those, like, her beautiful feet. You can taste it in every drop. And I was like, oh my God, this is sick. And then they make Elena do it for them or whatever because
Oh no!
again,
Oh.
referencing the boob thing, the big boob lady who's on the other one goes like, "Ha, you don't have boobs," and Elena goes, "I'm mad, and now I'm going to step on grapes." Or
Yeah, but I got feet, motherfucker.
yeah, but I got feet, and they keep cutting to her feet, and they cut at everyone's feet. And then later at the end of the episode, they get in a big fight because, oh no, the lady wasn't actually sexually stepping on every single grape. She was making all the men do it because she's an evil dominatrix woman or something like that. And then they go, oh, see, you're lying. We're going to take you to court. And I was like, they're going to take them to court?
There's a court in this city.
I don't know. There's not. There's a tiny village. I was like, what are they going to take them to court? They just say that. And I was like, okay. And then
wait, this is the same. You said this is the same
episode
town that was divided earlier.
No, this is a separate town that is divided.
Oh, this is a different place now, okay.
one.
Okay, this is the second half of the episode.
Yeah,
okay,
the second half of the episode.
Yeah.
They're second half, if you will. Yeah, see that separated. No, so they're separated into this village, and that is their names, which was like I was like, all right, sure, whatever. But so that episode ends. They say that we're gonna take you to court, and they start throwing grapes at them. Just as a response, and then they're like, oh, this is so funny that we're throwing the grapes at each other. You know what? I'm not even mad anymore. Let's be friends. And then they just throw grapes at each other every year, apparently now. And I was like, again, What was the message here? I'm not sure.
Well, to be fair, just outright going full on, this is a foot fetish thing.
Yeah.
That is kind of bold.
Yeah, before they start throwing the
Props.
grapes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, before they start throwing the grapes, they were like, this is despicable that you would be lying and trying to sell this to fetishists or whatever, like that is what they say at the end of the episode when it's not even the real deal or whatever. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this? I never really thought about like how people stepping on grapes could be interpreted until that episode happened, and I was like, wow, yeah. It's entirely likely that historically this was a real thing. That was a thing that happened.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Choose your wine careful. You don't know.
Yeah.
Or
you got to make sure it's the sexy feet.
You got to make sure it's the right feet. Feet you can trust. Oh.
God.
How odd. Yeah.
It was weird. It was just weird.
That is strange. Okay.
Like I said it in the chat, but it was like that episode felt like he was like, all right, I read about the Berlin Wall once. I can do this. I'm going to take a crack at it. And then he was like, that was okay, but what if I added some spice to it? I wrote it and I just wrote it again. It was just like, what is this? It was so weird. It's such a weird show. I really can't nail down what the creator's brain is like,
It's so I read the interview Trixie showed us, which is an interview you can find of the author who it's on Anime News Network. And I think at least from us who read it, our takeaway is I don't think he really has anything to say, and that's what's really weird about this series. So I also don't know how much the studio too is just kind of taking liberties with stuff. But again, the stuff about chapters that we have not seen, unfortunately, there was a fat phobic kind of thing going on that happens at some point. Even in the first book, it outright, some people have warned about that, but it's not depicted in the anime, so I think they're avoiding that. But I don't know if he knows what he's doing, or I think he doesn't even know what he wants to say, because he outright says, I just wanted to pick things where sometimes you just don't know what to do in that situation and you do nothing, but that hasn't been really consistent, and that's the main problem with the series. I don't think it's done a good job from what I've seen so far where they've been consistent about making it clear that Elena is just in a weird position where she can't do anything, but there's been countless moments where she has expressed her opinions on things and clearly is also very powerful and knows how to defend herself and even outrun people, if not even more powerful than other people. But other times there are situations where it doesn't make sense and that doesn't show up for some reason. So again, going back to the very uncomfortable episode where she runs into a a household situation where, like, yeah, there's like a slave girl and she doesn't really do anything, but throughout that whole episode, she has there's nothing conveying like what she feels about that situation. She just cleans up dishes and then leaves. Like, you know, and then she didn't do anything. And then she's like, oh fuck, that girl might have killed herself. Like what? Like what? Why are you suddenly now expressing?
Sicko. She could have.
Yeah, why are you thinking?
Like,
why is that suddenly your opinion on that episode when you didn't do anything? Why? That makes no sense. And then in the following episode, she does like have. Which is the episode where she runs into like the twisted sorceress woman who's like by herself. She like murdered. She's constantly actively involved in that scenario. She's like, oh shit, this is like, she doesn't outright say I'm scared, but she expresses that she's scared, and like she realizes that it clicks in her head that this woman's crazy and like I gotta go, but I'm here because she's rich and this is shelter, and I'm just gonna leave when stuff calms down. This was not made apparent in that previous episode. Like, why does she suddenly have a conscience, or like why does she suddenly have this times are magic convenient and now it's not? You know, she's not a consistent character at all. So I think she doesn't succeed as like a neutral, you know, traveler, observer, protagonist, because it's not even consistent. Like her not doing anything. She does things sometimes, and then she doesn't sometimes. And then now there's like a foot fetish episode, I guess. Yeah.
So now that you said it, I've actually realized that perhaps there is a through line, now that you said that, which is that she is just like, if it is something that is cool to her, she will do it. So like, or like something that is invested with her and she just doesn't give a shit about anyone, I guess. But like, that is not the vibes that show is trying to portray, right? Like they're trying to portray like as she's like a nice little girl just going out in the world, and sometimes she's
the framing
like
of the series too is odd. Yeah.
But like, like she hung out with the princess because I always wanted to hang out with the princess and be in a castle.
Yeah, she already says that.
And then like, the wine thing. They're going to sell my face on the wine is what they were doing, because they were like, you know, oh yeah, you're going to be on the wine bottles because you're sexy feet or whatever, and just like, yeah. She's like, oh yeah, I want that. So like there is that aspect of it, but it is the framing and like I think just the general like way that the series is animated gives you the vibe of something like a Kino's Journey, as we keep saying, or something like that, or like just like a wow, I'm nice and going around on an adventure and learning something about the world. And like the thing that you learn about the world every time is just everyone's an asshole. Like that is the lesson every single time.
Yeah, and I think that's the other problem too. Some of the stories we've seen are not impressive. They're very. Some of them are just strange, or some of them are just being dark for dark, you know, just to be edgy, you know.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And it doesn't. And then it doesn't, you know, and if you're going to do that, you got to say something. You can't just be like, I'm going to show you this, like, uncomfortable thing and then not comment on why I did that. It's not a well-formulated series in both, like, and just everything, unfortunately. Just the character and how she's how she's being written to respond to these situations, too. It's like the ingredients are not mixing well, basically.
No, not at all. Yeah, it's just a real messy thing, which is a shame because again, I think, like we said when the first episodes came out and stuff like that, like the animation and presentation and everything is like fantastic. Like they put a lot of effort into the show, and it's just like at a certain point you have to sit there and go, why? You know, like just why?
Yeah.
Real bummer. Yeah, that's for Traveling Witch Elena, is that what it's called? Yeah.
Honestly, like now that you've explained the foot fetishing, like they need to not be cowardice, and now just gotta gotta explore other weird shit. That, you know, if they just did that whole time, that would be fine. That would be funny. That'd be like, okay.
Yeah, no.
But no, they had to be like, we're gonna explore some weird dark issue, and then foot fetish next episode.
I know what the problem is.
Makes no sense.
The problem is just that there is no good. There's never any, like, just a good thing happens or, like, an okay thing happens. Like, everything has to be tainted by this, like, weird, twisted shit. Like, this edgy, like, veneer of... It's just, like, why? Just chill out sometimes, you know? Just chill out.
Right.
I'm sick of all these fucking nihilist freaks and everything. They're just like, oh, people are the disease, man. Like, that is just, like, how everything... too many anime like that.
I feel like that's just a lot of media in general these days, you know? Like, I think it is it is a symptom of, like, how things are going these days, where, like, yeah, things are bad, but there's just so many people, you know, like, it's doom posting. It's because of all the fucking doom posting. It's making people feel
But
guilty for being alive.
I don't know if I agree, because I think, like, the thing is, there's been anime like this forever. Like, forever and ever. Like, last 20 years.
Well,
like,
shit's been bad forever and ever, you know?
No, you're right. I know, but I think, like, even before social media was a thing, there were plenty of anime where I sat there and be like, come on, like, really? Like, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, Chaos Head. How about that?
Sure.
Chaos Head. There's an anime. Like, just in that, like, all the people in it are twisted and stuff like that and rude to each other. It's just, like, there's lots of anime like that. It's just, I think it's just these people need to go outside, talk to someone.
I did mention this being, like, one of my past sins, but I did like Elfen Lied at some point, and that's
a great example.
Yeah, and, like, because it's also, like, a lot of people, it's like a mainstream example too, because a lot of people didn't really watch it. In a, you know, like, a lot of anime watchers didn't watch it, but they might recall just seeing the first, like, the segment of the first episode where Lucy's, like, you know, escaping, you know, before she, like, loses her memories and regresses, and the whole thing where she's just naked, wearing the whole helmet, and she's just fucking slicing up these guards and whatnot, and it's really, like, a really detailed, nicely animated, like, really well animated producing, but it's just really detailed on how grotesque and awful it is, and that is literally the first episode. She's, like, escaping the facility. And that just kind of frames the rest of the series, where it just gets worse and worse, and, is, you know, it depicts other people in shittier situations. And I don't remember what the point of the series was. You know, I don't know why it was the way it was. I don't know what it was saying.
I think they just inform all each other, right? These series just constantly, like, someone watched this series and they go, damn, and then they just do that.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's
and then they
fucked
show
up.
it to someone, and
Like,
but yeah, I don't know. I don't know too if it's just. But here's the thing too. Like, I can see like something like Elfen Lied where it's just very graphic, because where there is that incentive to be like, we got show shit, you know, and, like, you know, that's why animation's like a beautiful medium where I that can encourage, like, very interesting things. But I feel like that is potentially one reason why people are just willing to go far, and that's why you see a lot of, like, anime work, you know, even a lot of Western animation from the 90s, where there's just this edgy, annoying, like, dark shit era of dark X-rated cartoons. A lot of adult films, not necessarily pornographic, but, like, a lot of adult films that just went into, like, like punk, you know, like, appealing to the punk underground zine scene at that time too, especially. And you see that in comics as well. It's like, it all connects, but, like, I don't know, like, what the incentive is when thinking about, like, other series where they kind of do it in a more, what's the word? It's less visual. You know, like, in this case, like, Elena, it's not showing things, but just for some reason it wants to feel the need to, like, add the side note of, like, oh yeah, like, everything looks great. Here's this, like, beautiful pastoral scene. She's just flying through the sky, and then by the way, here's this fucked up thing. So I don't know what the incentive is to do with that, especially if you're not going to say anything valuable. But I think that's, like, one reason, because it's not live action. They're like, oh, we can just do whatever.
yeah.
But, you know, it's still impactful. It's still a thing.
Yeah, and definitely I think, like, you know, the anime ends up being, I mean, not even just anime, like, the original works that this stuff is based off of, there's a lot less collaborating with, like, let's say, the actors, the voice actors and stuff like that,
Right.
and what they think, because all that stuff's often recorded remotely and stuff like that, and nobody's, like, the actors aren't, they're going, like, why are you saying this? They wouldn't say that or something like that, you know. Yeah. Well, I just think people need to chill out sometimes.
I think a lot about those, posts that I see pop up once in a while. And whoever made the original post of that, like whoever made the original post of this, should be ashamed of themselves. I don't know where they are now. I will find them. I will hunt them down. But you're gonna know what I mean when I describe it. But whenever someone's like putting down like American cartoons, and they have this like anime collage of like, it's a Twitter post usually, maybe also a Tumblr post usually. It's usually like a photo set of like violence scenes from anime. And they're like trying to like compare like the artistic integrity of Western cartoons or even cartoons from other places to anime because anime is more violent and has adult themes by showing like the most graphic out of context stuff in like particularly infamous anime moments, like, you know, something like Elfen Lied. And it's just like it's just really unfortunately appealing to these like edgelord heads. In the worst way. I see it like once in a while. I have not seen it recently because I think more and more people are making fun of it.
Yeah.
Whenever it does resurface, it's usually someone responding with a photo set of some dumb like moe anime in response, you know, something like that. But it definitely just, I think, as much as it wants to, I don't know, it wants to show like, oh yeah, like this is a great like medium and it's cool. You should check out this stuff. It's very off-putting and it's just putting down I think it's even putting down other great works of anime and other shows where it doesn't need to depend on violence or being edgy to be good, you know? Violence shouldn't equate to being an adult, you know, or like adult entertainment. It's fine if you like something that's kind of silly looking, if not simple looking. You know, it's okay. You know, like that doesn't equate your maturity. In fact, I feel like it equates to immaturity if you feel like something has to be violent or edgy just to be something appealing for adults. That's not how that works. What matters is that it's like a good story that appeals to everyone. Granted, you know, like there are going to be age appropriate topics, but edginess does not equate to maturity. So
that's for sure. If anything, it's often indicative of the opposite.
Yeah,
let me tell you.
It's like trying too hard.
I've been rereading Berserk, and let me tell you, early Berserk. Whoo, doggy. I definitely read that when I was like, 13 or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like anyone who's been introduced to Berserk was introduced to it at a time that they were not the age you're supposed to read Berserk.
Yeah, so like, I think, the later stuff in Berserk gets more concentrated and less. Yeah. But that early stuff, ooh boy, that is like the peak of that, like, damn, people. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to John. You could talk about a Pokemon. Would you like to talk about Pokemon? Did Mewtwo happen yet?
Not yet.
Shit.
That's soon. Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest. I don't have too much to talk about for Pokemon. I'm sorry that I don't have a lot to bring to the table this time.
That's okay.
Because Pokemon was they're just retelling the story to Sun and Moon. That's all it is. Yeah, they just finished
you mean
that.
Sword and Shield?
Sword and Shield, yes. I'm sorry.
No,
yes.
It's fine.
No, yeah, they're just retelling the story for Sword and Shield. And that's it. It's been 4 episodes of that. And, it's fine, I guess, but there's nothing to say, really, because it's just that. But we'll see how the Mewtwo episode goes. I'm gonna be shitting and farting the whole time and screaming and hollering and getting a headache, and all the other stuff you could possibly do. I don't know. It's Sword and Shield story was nothing. I mean,
it was a story.
I'm at least glad that the main characters are involved in the plot, unlike how it was in Sword and Shield, where you're just kind of sitting there.
So Ash and Goad actually did stuff, yeah?
Yes, they did. They actually got in battles and stuff that affected the plot and interacted with things and weren't just sitting there watching Leon do everything for some fucking reason.
Was Hop there?
No? Hop's not even...
I mean, yeah, isn't he significant?
Hop's not in this whole show. Hop hasn't shown up at all.
What about Marnie?
Was she in like a shot or something? I don't know. She might have been like in a cameo or something so far. I don't think she's been. Like,
I'd be surprised if they don't take advantage of that popular character.
Marnie is the Twitter.
Like,
I mean, like Ash is still doing his whole like rising up through the fucking like league sort of thing. So, you know, he'll probably run into the rivals eventually. Because like fucking what's his name? How didn't even show up until like near the end of the Sun and Moon anime, and he was
Well,
only
who cares
there.
about that guy?
I mean, yeah, I know. I also hate How. People always give me shit for being like, I can't fucking stand How. And they're like, what do you hate? And I'm like, because he's boring as shit. Like, Cinnamon has
Even
so many...
Hop's better.
Hop? I like Hop. Yeah, I like Hop a good amount. Like, he's not, like, amazing, but, like, he's fine. He's fun. But Hop fits better in the Pokemon storyline than How did in Sun and Moon. Because, like, Hop's characterization makes sense, and it's, like, it's kind of a weird story and kind of a weird moral, but it still kind of works because it's, like, you know, it's less a drop your dreams if you can't achieve them, and we're just like, you know, maybe your dreams will lead you somewhere else, and that's okay. And I appreciate that from Sword and Shield, you know, because, like, you know, it turned out Hop wasn't great. It wasn't the best at battling, but he still loved Pokemon and he wanted to keep learning about them. And that's cool, you know? But How is just like, all this important shit's going on, and people are in dire straits, and people are, you know, having fucking, like, breakdowns about their mental health and being abused, and How's just like, boy howdy, I can't wait to battle more Pokemon.
When he became the champion, I was like, what?
It sucked
Like,
ass.
what?
It sucked so much ass. It was so fucking, like, oh, God, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon can kiss my ass. Like, when you fight fucking Kukui at the end of Sun and
It's
Moon.
badass. It's good as hell.
Badass shit. Especially because, like, everyone was like, oh, man, why did How take the weak starter? The starter that's weak to you? Because Kukui got the strong one. That's good as shit. But then you just fight How at the end of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and he still has the weak starter, so you just whip his ass.
Yeah. Who knows what they were doing with that one? I don't know. They were on something.
They were on, hey, we need to make a bad game. Not bad. Not fully
That
bad.
was their
but,
intention. They went in there. The director was like, all right, that was a great game, everyone. Let's make a bad one now.
they gotta balance it out. We gotta, they purposely point
They have
at
a
which
scale.
one are hits and which one are misses.
Like, all right, so we've made
They're like, no, too
games,
much.
But we've only made 7 bad ones.
Yeah, there's a quota.
They gotta figure out their fucking quota, because we are,
We're drifting the other way now.
yeah.
Gosh.
Next year's game better be real fucking good, or I'm getting a little pissed off, alright?
Oh, no.
I mean, I liked Sword and Shield, but it wasn't...
That's fine.
It wasn't amazing. It wasn't Sun and Moon level. It wasn't Black and White level. It wasn't Gold and Silver level. It was just okay. It was middle of the road. It was, like, Gen 3 tier. But yeah. I talked about video games instead of anime right there, because
No,
there
it's
wasn't
fine.
anything...
I took you down that path.
No, I mean, I that wasn't like an indication of anything other than the fact that there's nothing to talk about with Pokemon right now. Like, it was just that. It was just the Sword and Shield story, whatever. But I guess I could very quickly mention that fucking Twilight Wings anime that they did. That, yeah, they did another little segment of that, and I mean that is also not really anything, but it's really pretty, and it's just nice to see those characters animated so well, and like you would wish that they could do a full anime like that, but it would probably take a million years, because it takes them like a few months to animate each episode of that.
Because they're fucking crazy. Every time I see them, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, they're really, really gorgeous episodes, like a little OVA things.
Not to interrupt you, but I watched the music video finally.
Oh, yes.
Like last week or something.
Very cool.
That they put out. That was great. I love the little fucking Kyosagiga Eevee so much. That's like the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that music video had like big Kyosogiga energy. It's very good. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon stuff coming out, but none of it is very conversable on
I will say that I think it is good that there is so much stuff like this coming out. Like even if this anime arc was just covering Sword and Shield, like that anime has largely been pretty creative, and you know I know I say this every single time you talk about it, but like that it's good. They made a music video that was good. They're doing the Twilight Wings thing. Like if only they could get this into the mainline stuff, then I think we could like have something really, really good going for Pokemon in 2020.
Yeah.
They need to do character albums again where James talks about fucking Santa Claus or whatever.
They need to go back to that.
We need, as a society,
Or like they
we need to
go
back
into some
to that.
weird elaborate detail over Jesse's backstory.
Yeah, like
and never explore it in the series.
yeah, we need character albums again over here. Like
Needs to come
Japan
back.
gets them all the time. Obviously, they get
Oh yeah,
all
they
that shit all the time.
get character albums and like insane like full on radio drama,
Yeah.
like radio dramas. Well, not I wouldn't. They're not. It's not
They're
radio
drama
dramas, but you
CDs.
like audio CDs,
Yeah,
where they
drama
are like
CDs.
extended skits that are just not animated or visually depicted. But it's like, hey, why not? We're gonna give the voice actors a script. Here's a story. It's like basically like fanfic. It's
Yeah,
officiated.
it's good,
fanfic.
and we need it. We need it over here because we got that stuff in the '90s. We really did. We got like,
Yeah,
the
especially
Pokemon
when
ones.
Pokemon was
There
at
was a
its
couple
height.
Sailor Moon ones.
Yep.
Yeah, we need to go
Stick 'em
back.
back.
We need to go back.
We gotta bring that back because you know we could have more scenes of Jesse and James dubbing Pikachu. We need that again.
Yeah, you're right. We do need that again. We need so much again. We don't need Jinx again.
No
But-
Jinx again.
Because I was remembering the censored Christmas episode. Now that I was the Christmas
yeah,
songs.
Oh man, who's that Pokemon? Nobody.
What Pokemon?
I love that. Like,
Can it not change? Oh yeah, it's probably like I don't know if there's like no substantial way where they can change it and it not look good.
they just need to delete Jinx. Here's the thing.
They
It's
made
the
Jinx
truth.
Awkwardly
purple.
cropped
That's
things,
that's
yeah.
what they did.
They made Jinx purple. Yeah.
Yeah, I know she's been purple.
They need to
For a while.
remove her from the series, and they just need to have it go like whatever number it goes, like from like 123 to 126.
Just skip the
it goes
number.
It just goes over Jinx, and
It's-
you know you can leave Smoochum. You can leave Smoochum.
Smoochum's fine.
Smoochum's fine, but Jinx is just gone. Smoochum is just a one-stage Pokemon now, and it just sucks ass.
I thought it was kind of funny that they brought Jinx back for Crown Tundra. I was just like, bro, y'all.
Yeah, like
doing
y'all
this?
good? Did you lose the design docs that had the giant sticker that said "Don't"?
These motherfuckers.
Sorry.
Look. These motherfuckers are still so stingy about Porygon showing up and shit.
I was gonna say that. That's even less dicey in
Yeah.
many ways because it purely was an incident that was not the fault of
Pikachu's
Pokemon.
fault. Also,
Yes!
Pikachu fucking
Pikachu's a fucking
Pikachu
evil
pulled the trigger.
creature.
Pikachu pulled the trigger, alright?
They're not hiding
And
Pikachu.
pushed the blame on this geometric like block this bird. It's not even a real bird. It's a sequence of cubes and shapes.
I love Porygon.
Those cubes are the guiltiest
ask
cubes I've
for
ever
this.
seen. Pikachu
It's
is
a
sick.
victim.
Oh my god. You see, the worst offenders rise to the top. That's what they always say.
Yeah.
The most guilty and ill-deserved. That's Pikachu's. No, Pikachu's adorable, actually. I didn't actually... You know what? To go back to the music video, I thought that the Pikachu in the music video was meh. It was like, I was glad it was chubby, but I didn't like its facial expression. It seemed like it was going to comment on Reddit. That's my only
I get what
complaint.
you mean. Yeah.
It was still cute, whatever. But it was just like that. I was just like, man, that Pikachu is evil. I don't know. All right, that's Pokemon, I guess. Is Jinx like have a super high rarity because they know it's racist? Like, is that why? Like, is that why they try to hide it? It's because it is really weird to me when you say,
Like it's rare for racism.
yeah, like we have to put it in the game, but we're gonna make it like a low rate so that people don't see it as easily or something like that.
It's not rare in Crown Tundra, at least. It's like one of the first.
No, it's like
Pokemon
walking around, which is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, like the thing is that at the end of the day, they really won't, because it's one of the original 150. Like, that is why.
Yeah.
Like, that those Pokemon are still held to such a high regard.
What if we throw Pichu back there? And say Pichu is there. There was no whatever jinxes. Just.
Yeah, I really the issues. I feel like they just didn't do enough to change the design, at least to remove the main issue. Again, like, the intentions of that design, I believe at least, was of course totally not intentional, but it was just if something looks the way it does, you should know better. Like, it's like my analogy would be like, if you have like a sign, I don't know, like an example would be like if you have a sign in like a public park and there's a lot of kids there, and for some reason it's like a picture of something, right? But the picture looks sexual, and like that's not appropriate to put like in a kid's park. But you're not going to leave up the sign and be like, no, our intention was not for that sign to be sexual. We're going to leave it. No, you're going to still remove the sign.
Yep.
Japanese people are wearing blackface. They would have known at that point that this character was being designed.
This is literally Mr. Popo. Like,
I know.
Mr. Popo stopped appearing.
Yeah, they did a good. Yeah, they clearly, and that's very noticeable too as you go further on in the series of Dragon Ball. Like, he just stopped appearing, and like the obvious answer is because that's just awkward to like decide to just totally redesign him and explain what happened. And there's like no point to there's no point to bringing him back. I know the manga tried to do something where they removed those lips. It still kind of looks weird. But it is an improvement. I think that's like a big aspect to it. But he definitely has stopped appearing and has made no significance. Like, if they reference him, but they stop showing him. So that's at least acknowledgement of like, okay, it is what it is.
Yeah, Mr. Popo, he's staying up at the farm, Grandma's farm.
No, I just want them to go, damn.
He is.
Like, just Dragon Ball Superstars, and they go, damn, Mr. Popo died, Goku. What's happening? Like,
fuck.
Like, I know you've been away for like a few weeks, but Mr. Popo fucking died. Like, he's just gone.
He had a human ass. Like, he had a stroke. Like, it wasn't.
He just had a stroke.
It wasn't like anyone killed him with like a beam attack or something. He just died like a human would.
No, this is a Goku goes. Goku walks up to the group and he goes, "Hey guys, just got word from King Kai. Mr. Popo is passed through the other world checkers."
God, yeah, they just at the beginning of an episode of Dragon Ball Super, they just show like that tweet, and like nobody says it, nobody does anything. They just show that tweet and like no music or anything. Just...
It's like the tweet crop too, where it's like on a blurred background. Like,
it was really good. They should do that. Okay, I just want to say real quick, I typed in because I wanted to go to his page to see what the last one that he did was on Twitter, the Goku Twitter.
He was not even in Super.
What? Oh, Mr. Popo, yeah, right, he wasn't. But I wanted to go see what Goku tweeted.
Oh, Goku Twitter?
Yeah, the Goku Twitter tweeted who the last person who died was. And Goku on Twitter autofilled Goku racist.
No!
That's the first thing.
Hey guys, where's Mr. Popo? He's one of my favorite people to hang out with. That's what he said.
Oh no.
Goku's just out there. Oh my god.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, so Toriyama. We got a solution for you. It's elegant, it's trendy.
Oh god.
Alright, Elvie, you're watching Moriarty still yet?
Yeah. Wow, yeah, it's still pretty good. We got now, as we were talking about Sherlock Holmes earlier, we're now kind of seeing those worlds collide. No, I basically said in the notes he has just an assassination harem of men to just do his work. Good for him. It just hit me watching it. I was like, wow, he literally just summons these random men he knows to help him. Like, like, okay, that's convenient. That's nice to have. Yeah, still good. Still good. Still very enticing. I'm just curious how things are gonna pan out. I thought the case. I don't know if we should call them cases. I don't know if it's appropriate to call them cases. I thought the case in the most recent episode I saw. I don't know if I don't know how like up to date I am, but like the one I saw was like the woman who just mysteriously died, falling off the bridge. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yes. I thought that one was a little odd because compared to the other ones we've seen so far, it was like, it's a little goofier. It definitely is more akin to like what you would expect out of like something like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say, but again, not that bad. Not bad still. But we went from like, here's this weird commentary on like, not weird, impressive.
Yeah.
It's bold and impressive, like shockingly frank. Here's this commentary on like the social climate and classism, and now we're just gonna jump into this like weird thing, which I think was interesting. I mean, they did kind of have that commentary too, where like, kind of like, you know, like one of the characters himself being from a noble background, and she's, you know, they're from two different backgrounds, and it was like a forbidden thing. So there's that, but it was a little more. It was like a little more flamboyant in I think in what the case was doing compared to what we've seen, where it was more like. Yeah, again, like I said, grounded and like, oh wow, these people are like really wronged and they're just getting revenge. And in this case, it's like just very like epic in trying to figure out what happened here, and less obvious too. I think less apparent as to why some characters connected with others. It wasn't that clear to me. But yeah.
I found out that it was 24 episodes. So I was like,
oh wow,
I think they can accomplish probably a decent amount with that amount, with this stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was a little worried with like, because I was like sitting here like, okay, we're on episode what, 6, 5, 6?
Yeah.
Something like that. And I was like, man, if we're halfway over and Sherlock Holmes still hasn't shown up, like, what the like. There's
also, and I think they also need to spend time, if they spend that much time fleshing out like their backs, like the core Moriarty family in the beginning, I think they're going to do that with other characters too.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be a disservice if they don't. We're going to now introduce this harem he has, which I will keep calling it that until it's proven wrong. That he, like, how are they related? You know, how did they get involved with him, and like, why are they the way they are? But yeah, that's still a strong series.
Yeah, for sure. I wish more things could be as like, honestly, like as just straight as this one. Not straight. Well, not straight, because it isn't straight. I want to say that.
It's not straight. I don't think this
like
is
straightforward. Like,
yeah.
Hey, we're not gonna do like the flippy floppy. Like, this is. Oh wow, maybe they accomplished a good goal, but at what cost? You know, like they're not doing that in this at all. They're doing like, hey, they did a good job killing that guy or something like that. Like, that was a good thing they did for society. Like, there's no like if this was Elena, right? Like, to draw a comparison, like stuff like that, where it's just like they would kill the guy and then they would go. Like, they would be, like, leaving the town on the train or whatever at the end, and a guy would walk by and go, well, now we're all going to die from the winter. Like, we're going to starve to death or something like that, you know? And instead it's just like, no, guess what? Nobody needs the aristocrats. They're evil. They're awful. Like, rich people suck. We don't need them. And it's like, yeah, they're sticking to that. They're sticking to that, and I'm really impressed, because most works that do that stuff usually end up just, like, you know, going to, like... But who's the real bad guy?
Yeah, it does but you know, like both sides.
Yeah,
argument.
And this seems to be like, oh no, like Moriarty is portrayed as the bad guy, but what if he wasn't the bad guy? Which is like, you know.
Yeah.
Much more. That's my type of trope. Let me tell you, that's my type of. No,
yeah, it's committing to it.
Yeah.
Whether one is on the fence about it or it, like, agrees with it, it's committing to it, and I think that's, like, good. I think that's very...
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it very strong, because it's like, you know, we're not gonna flip-flop. We're gonna make it clear what our perspective is and who we want you to kind of sympathize with, and how that will be challenged. I'm very excited to see how they're gonna do that, especially when Sherlock Holmes gets introduced.
Yep. I want to see what type of little fucker Watson is in this, is what I want to know. Like, I bet Watson's a real... Because they all got to be little... you know what? I can just say that, yeah. They all got to be little gay boys, so, like, what's he gonna do? I was just like, that sounds mean when I just was like, that little Watson or whatever. I was just like, I don't want to call him a little gay boy. I don't know, so, but that's what he is.
I forgot about Watson. Wow. Yeah, I'm curious as
he's in the opening. He's running behind Sherlock Holmes, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, okay. That didn't hit me. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense now.
The weird horny man who just fucks and then does a sniper shot that they introduced is the character, I have to say.
What's going on with it?
I don't know. I like they call him up and he's like, oh cool, the communist revolution's happening now, and he's like, no, not yet.
He's like, the first shot we meet him, he's naked in bed, he just fucked a woman. and he picks up the phone, and he puts on his, it was that whole like.
And then he, to get into his sniper position upstairs in the bar or whatever, he also just fucks another woman for no real reason.
He goes to, he's like, oh yeah, you gotta go to this restaurant to take your post. He didn't have to, seduce that waitress.
But he does anyway.
I think he could have, done something else and just gone upstairs.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it was an inn or something, and
they
he could have just rented a room.
At the bar, so, they knew that they were gonna...
Yeah.
He just had to fuck. He had to, so that to get his perfect marksmanship.
Even better, the dialogue between him and that waitress was like, "Oh, you know what I'm talking about."
Yeah, she's like,
"No one talks like that at the time."
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh yeah, let's go upstairs," and she's like, "Oh, I'm glad you know." It was okay. That was funny. I was just losing my mind. Just
he's kind of anachronistic compared to everyone else who with the exception of their character designs, which is this is just very anime looking, but the way they behave and the etiquette is very, I think, on the not accurate. I don't know about historical accurate, but just normal. I'm pretty believable. Okay, yeah, people talked like this at that time. Sometimes Moriarty says dated things. He uses the word Oriental. At times, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I get it. It's not I'm not slighted by that at all. It's just unfortunately how they referred to the eastern part of the world at that point in time and romanticize it. But the sniper man is acting like he's from another anime.
He is, yeah, he's from fucking he's like Fairy Gone, the one I talked about.
Yeah, he's very contemporary.
Yeah, 19
he wears a fucking scarf
40s or something. But I was just like I said at the beginning, I was losing my mind when he comes over the train, and the first dialogue he has is he's like, "Oh, so we're killing all the nobles now? We're doing the big gunfire shoot? We're gonna kill everyone?" And he's like,
I want to know his...
No, not yet. I was just like, not yet. Oh my god.
I definitely want to know what his deal is. What is his shit? Why is he the way he is?
Yeah, it's a good show. I'm really enjoying it, especially the funny dubstep ending.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So 24 episodes. Yeah, that's Moriarty the Patriot. I'm reassured after 24 episodes. I'm confident in the show now, I think, than I was. I already knew that it was books before, it's manga or whatever, so that there was source material, but I'm glad that it is this long. Just Jujutsu Kaisen's also going to be long, so that's good.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting. Yep.
And
hopefully it's something that... I think it is. I've seen people, comment on it positively.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. This is definitely going to be definitely be, I think, the next series. I think that will have huge interest, and it will move forward with maybe another season or even a movie. That's exciting. It's very good. Just to comment on.
Yeah, because I mean, something had to take Demon Slayer's place, right? Something had to...
Yeah, in this stagnation.
Yeah, and I feel even when Demon Slayer comes back, I know it'll be good for a while, but I've heard a lot of people did not like how it ended. It seemed to just sort of end, because it ended really quickly, compared to everything else that goes on forever and ever and never ends. but I think people felt like it ended too fast. So I feel like this is still ongoing. So like I think like that might be what takes the place. Who knows? People still like Demon Slayer though. I mean that movie.
Yeah, I like it. I really like it. I like, and again, like the thing about Demon Slayer, I just really allured by the style of it too. The art style, really
absolutely.
wonderful. And
UFO
fun.
table.
I love it's really colorful. She's also, I just like she's in a box and she just gets tiny. That's I don't know. That's just cute. I'm like,
life.
Okay, I get it.
That's the life. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I want that. Why can't that be me? I love it. No, yeah, I appreciate this like kind of new wave of shonen. I want to be careful of like calling it shonen too, because again, it's like these are like more different compared to what we've seen previously, where they're now trekking upon more, I don't know, darker territory, like just more eccentric themes, I guess, like more eccentric elements to it in terms of like the sort of stuff they're exploring. Like, yeah, here we're now like Jujutsu is like occultish stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not in a way where it's not initially what you think of, like, oh yeah, the show's going to appeal to like young boys, and like no, it's kind of gritty. I think shonen has reached a point where now it's kind of merging with seinen, like more mature genre of work, where we're going to see like elements of that, and I kind of like that. I kind of like it's trusting, like, okay, audiences are going to like handle this, but of course of course the issue though remains is like I don't know, I don't think manga's not like still, I think, age rated appropriately in cases.
Right. Yeah, we've talked about that.
Shonen Jump being a disastrous example of this, as we've talked about before. But yeah, it's very interesting kind of seeing how this new wave of shonen stuff is willing to experiment with that material. Yeah,
and just like I think like this more like it is more mature to an extent, but like I still think like it is definitely like, yeah, if I was a teen I would think this is the shit or whatever, like, or whatever, stuff like that. Yeah. Whereas like as much as I like stuff like Boku no Hero Academia, like that stuff is very kidified in a sense.
Yeah,
it's
like, excessive. It's
like when you think about like the first arc of Naruto, even compared to the later arcs of Naruto, like that first arc of Naruto, like Naruto gets like stabbed 7 billion times or something, and it's like oozing blood everywhere, and it's like, whoa. And I was a kid, and I wasn't like, this is so scary. I was just like, whoa, that's messed up. And like then Naruto immediately is like, oh wow, look, he killed him, and it's just like he's just like on the ground, just completely normal or whatever, because there's no blood anymore or whatever and stuff like that. Just, I'm not saying make everything bloody and edgy. I'm just saying that there's like a certain like realistic nature to it that I think Jujutsu Kaisen nails with a lot of the stuff that it's doing.
Again, like edginess does not equate to maturity, but also you don't want to like.
Right.
Yeah, you just don't want to. You just don't. Have faith. Have faith in your viewers. Have faith that younger audiences know what they're doing, and do have self-responsibility as well to an extent. So yeah, it is funny though to me with the recent Boruto news, where like Kishimoto's going back to his once beloved IP to probably just murder everyone in Boruto and end it once and for all, maybe.
Naruto remember, were you there when I was looking up, I couldn't remember if this was on the show or not, when I was looking up if Naruto died or not?
That's important though, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I don't think I don't remember if I had done this.
He's not though, is he?
No, so I Googled this. I don't think I did this on the show. I think this was someone else.
I wouldn't know.
I Googled, because on Twitter I saw someone say Naruto died, and I was like, what?
Oh shit.
And I Googled Naruto died, and it popped up immediately with like, the little Google things where you can click on it and it has a question, and then it has like the answer underneath it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it said, is Naruto dead in Boruto? You click on it and it says, unfortunately, Naruto has experienced a fate worse than death. Just like losing my mind. He's imprisoned in someone's mind cave or something like that, and is being tortured forever, like the Tsukiyomi in.
Okay, that's the latest update.
Okay,
but he did die. He did die outright, apparently.
Oh, good for him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
that's
it's
interesting.
Naruto.
That news coming out, the Boruto writers leaving for Kishimoto.
They go hand
after
in hand,
Naruto
maybe.
died. It's
Like, I think here's what's going to happen. Kishimoto's going to come back. First chapter, Salad goes, "I love you, Boruto. You're so cool and smart." And then all of a sudden, like, he goes, "That's not true. You don't like that. You don't like me at all." And she goes, "You're right. I'm in love with the Orochimaru kid." And that's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now, that's exactly what's going to happen. Because that's how Kishimoto writes things. And then Shino will show up, and everyone will be like, "Why are you here?"
Another character is gonna pop in.
Naruto. Naruto's not good.
I'm sorry.
It's not. That's not good. I wish it was good.
I'm sorry.
The games are good. Sometimes I think about how Naruto just has a country in the middle of all their countries. It's just the samurai country. Incredibly funny to me.
And they're very insulated. They don't. That's what kills me too. Like, it's just the ninjas have all this. The ninjas have all this these problems, but there's no one else really getting involved with things. Like, okay, are they deliberately isolating from each other because every country, or I don't know what they call it.
Every country doesn't want to fuck with that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you don't want to.
That's valid. That's
Remember
totally
when Naruto
valid.
goes
But it's
to
just weird
Europe?
how that's not acknowledged.
Do you remember when Naruto went to Europe for the movie?
No.
What?
He went to, like, Russia.
There's a Russia in the world?
Yeah.
Or some equivalent?
There was a movie star, and Naruto had to protect the movie star, and it was, like, in, like, snowy Europe with, like, they had movie theaters and stuff, and it was, like...
What the fuck?
It was fucked. Naruto get iPad. No, actually, I think they do have iPads in Boruto, now that I say that. Because there are video games. So.
Yeah, they're gamers.
Yeah, there are.
Naruto's a fucked up world. What a sick place. Speaking of sick places, Akudama Drive, let me tell you. Wherever that Kodoka guy is a sick place. I don't know why. This is I said it, like, when I first started watching the show, that I think the style of this anime and, like, the aesthetics and presentation is, like, incredible. It's like what the Danganronpa anime should have been, probably. Like, in terms of, like the animation is really, really good. It's really slick. It's very stylish, I guess is the word to use. And like, the music's really good. Like, I think they just have a lot of really good stuff going on. And then the story's just, like, nothing. Like, just not even, like, the Danganronpa style thing where it's, like, you know, it's like the Danganronpa style thing where it's slice of life stuff happens or whatever, and then, like, a murder thing happens, sort of, basically. But it's, like, more like heist slice of life stuff where they're doing a bunch of heists over and over again, and then, like, randomly someone will just die, and they'll just be like, "Wow, that was really sad." Okay. And it's just like, what? Like, it feels less focused even than Danganronpa, really. Like, I just... It feels like a waste of this team's talent, who's ever animating this. Like, it just... Because they're clearly very, very experienced at what they're doing, and they're nailing, like, an aesthetic. Maybe Kodoka and his team that he takes around or whatever, I don't know if he's taking anyone from teams or something like that. Maybe he should just be, like, art consultants instead.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he can handle writing things. I really don't.
No.
I don't think that at all, especially after seeing this. And the Danganronpa anime is, like... I think, like, in terms of aesthetics, they got it nailed. Like, I mean, both the Danganronpa games, I almost said. The Danganronpa games have, like, you know, great music, great, like, presentation and stuff like that. Like, I feel like if he just put that and someone else wrote the stuff, you could probably have something really good. As is, this is just, like, I probably can't recommend this show because it's just, like, nothing. It's just nothing. It's, like, pretty to look at, but, like, nothing's happened. Nothing. Like, there's no messages. There's nothing. It's just nothing.
Right.
Speaking of nothing things, Elva, you have a bunch of things here that just say boring on.
A lot of nothing.
What's going on? So did you end up watching more things that were?
And then, like, it was just it was just a miss after miss. It was so sad. Well, I have to quickly say, because we were all just I didn't find anything. I'm not going to go into it that much. I'll just probably go into one more thing specifically, but I'll briefly talk about the Kuma Bear show.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. It's a nothing show. It's unfortunately not as unhinged I was hoping it to be. It's kind of boring. It literally, and there were people complaining too, where they felt like the character she was being is not accurate. I think it mostly lends to the actress's voice performance. And it's fine, she's fine. But people were saying like, no, this does not match her personality or whatever. So there's already some heat over the show. But it's just kind of boring. So I feel like it's your run of the mill. It's not like an isekai, but it's your run of the mill like just spoof on fantasy, making fun of the fantasy genre type of show, where specifically online games, because again the whole premise is that she's in the real world but she's just playing this game, and then she's kind of getting super involved like with the characters in this game, where she has to don this bear suit, this dumb little like kigurumi thing, and she's just powering up through it, and at some point she's able to summon fucking whole bears too, as like as like familiars or as like mounts to help her. But the whole thing is just her going through fulfilling tasks for people. Like the first episode's like this woman runs into like the Adventurers Guild, and she's like, oh shit, this fucked up monster is gonna well, no, it's like a kid, I think. I don't even remember. Anyway, like someone's going into the Adventurers Guild asking for help, like, oh, this fucked up monster is gonna like kill everyone and not. And then the bear girl comes in saying like, oh, I can do it, in her fucking bear kigurumi, whatever. And she does whatever. But that's pretty much just the gist of the show. It's not. It's like trying to be funny, but I feel like a lot of it just landed flat for me, because I think the problem is it's way too deadpan for me. So I don't know if it just is not my style in terms of like what I was looking forward to. I think because I also had different expectations for what the show was, so that's unfortunately why. And my takeaway, unfortunately, is like it's not what I expected, and I don't really see it as exciting. So that's that. But yeah. But I'm not gonna deter people from trying it though. Yeah. But I think it was not for me. It just felt a little boring, a little stale in that regard. I think also just because I'm like, there's been so many.
There's a lot like this
fantasy parody. Yeah, like this is like, oh, this is the same show of something else like a while ago that was maybe making fun of like isekai and all like.
And
yeah.
Oh, what was the other one? Can't even remember. But there's a lot of these.
Yeah, there's too many of them. There's been too many. There's been too many isekai, and then too many responses to isekai. Probably twice more than the actual isekai.
Oh, that's just reminding me. I was devastated to learn that the next season of Log Horizon that's coming out in the winter season or whatever of anime, they're not using the same opening that they used for the whole first series.
Oh no!
Which is the database song, and it's just like, what are you doing? What are you? I was devastated by that. It's a good song. It's great. It's classic.
It is.
Log in, you damned ones. Like it owns. It also sucks, but it owns. Yeah. What about Gymnastic Samurai too? Huh? That was also
that one. I'm still watching, but it's very odd. It starts. So basically, the premise is that this it's an original anime too. So I think this might be the problem where I'm going to go into, where it's basically about this man who's like he's being pressured by the media. He's being pressured by his like coach, like other people around, to like, you got to retire.
Damn.
And again, you gotta be reminded, especially like a lot of athletes that do really, really high intense sports like this. Sometimes they retire as early as their 30s because of the toll it takes on their body. At that point, you gotta stop, because if they keep going into what you expect to be, like entering middle age, where like, okay, yeah, that makes sense for like someone trying to starting to slow down life. No, because if they keep going at that point, they're gonna just break their body. They gotta stop earlier than you think the average person has to do to stop physical labor, right? And it's just a whole thing where he in the end, the first not a spoiler, it's like really the whole premise where like he keeps pushing back on this pressure to retire, which is throughout the series, and he's just continuing to try to train and probably rise to the top again. Because again, the whole thing too is also just a career. Again, unfortunately, there's also like the whole like dynamic of like this is also a thing like when it comes to your reputation and your career, and this also is like a realistic thing. Unfortunately, I think a lot of athletes face where they're torn between like your own body, but also your reputation in the sports world. Like I think I don't know. Like there definitely is like an ageist aspect to sports, unfortunately. Where like again 30 is not old and I at all by far, but there's this aspect where like people I think are pressured by both their body but then by other people to step away to make room for like younger people or like like more appealing people too. I think there's that dynamic too where there's unfortunately this entertainment layer, right? And yeah, that's the whole series. The whole series is him trying to like come to terms with that, but also trying to prove himself. Like, no, I can still do this. I have a reason to. And then like it's him being a single father actually, where he has like this daughter, and so half the focus is on him and half of the focus is on his daughter or like the other characters they know and what they're doing. And his wife, her mother passed away a while ago, so it's like a whole thing where he wants to do it for them. He wants to keep going, and like yeah, that's like essentially the whole series. And like it's kind of slow at first. I was like, oh okay, and at first I was kind of hesitant, but then I realized, okay, this might be like a cool like actually like serious drama where it's gonna be slow like this, like a serious sports drama, and it's gonna be less about the sports and more about like just a character drama. But then the next episode hit where they're like, actually I think this even happens in the first that he goes to a park with his daughter. And it's like a ninja park. So speaking of the
okay. Yeah.
And then like one of the actors sneaks back home with them. And then his daughter's like hiding him from him, like him, and it's like. And they just take him in. They're like, oh, we have no choice. And this guy's like a chuuni too. Like he's convinced he actually is a ninja. So he is an actor of that park. But he's convinced he's really a ninja, and he's like this weirdo. And he's very like, kind of, again, he's kind of like that type of character he's an adult clearly, but he kind of also has like this very childlike perspective of the world, and so like in that way he makes a connection with the little, the daughter. And it's so odd. I don't know why that's a thing. Like, they kind of throw in like, oh, because he's a ninja, or rather an actor who's trained to be a ninja. Like, he's very good at athleticism too, so they discovered that quickly. I've yet to see that like actually incorporated and how that relates to the father's own athleticism. Maybe at some point he will like, I don't know what's going on, but that's such a weird thing they threw in immediately as like being part of the show's premise. It makes no sense. I was kind of like, it's weird. It's really weird, and like
that's concerning. That's just
it's unnecessary too. It's like his character at times is at least I think his character at times is kind of annoying. He doesn't really add to it beyond being like, oh look at this cute handsome guy who's just childish. It's just like why? And then he's just really there to have this dynamic with the daughter. Or at some point too, like she has an interesting moment where she kind of gets annoyed at him and she just tells him off. But then they kind of come to an understanding there. But like, I don't know the point of this character. I don't know why. I was like, what does this have to do with gymnastics? It's very odd. But and there's like a lot of other weird things about the show. For instance, like they have like this weird giant pet bird. It's terrifying. Yeah. I do like it though. I like the bird. It's fucked up though looking. It's like not a regular bird. It looks like a giant tropical bird of some sort. And like the daughter just feeds it once in a while and it just screams like a human sound. It's like cawing with a human noise. It's not a real bird noise. It's terrifying. Yet I'm very allured by this bird. And then yeah, like I don't know, there's just like a lot of strange, like weird things they throw in the show, which otherwise you would think it's just like a gymnastics drama. It's like no, there's like very odd thing, and and it goes back into this issue where it's in like what I was saying about it being an original anime, where I think they were like we're gonna throw in all this weird stuff for no reason, but not really like have a reason to have it there, but it's funny. We're just gonna add it here because we don't want just a plain gymnastics drama. And it definitely like when when it hit me, it definitely reminded me a lot of like I think our issues with Tamako Market, where it has like this main premise going on at first, but for some reason they felt the need to throw in all these weird eccentric characters and like subplots just for the sake of like spicing things up, but then it's totally detracting from what the main agenda of the show is, I think, and doesn't really add much because then they're doing so much with those things. They're not even fully developing those things, so now they're just kind of there and getting in the way. But otherwise, I'm still following this series. It's just very odd to me. I like what I'm just like, what is this? Like, I get so like deflated when those parts. So like again, like I said, the show is like kind of formatted where there's focusing on the father's like serious like like the sports politics and then the other side is the daughter and like or the other characters like the home life essentially or the life in the town, and I get so deflated during those parts. I'm like, why is this happening? What am I watching? I just want a sports drama, please.
So this is the thing that John was saying earlier. This is they're adding things in because they're not confident enough, right? Like you think like
I'm like they don't trust the initial vanilla premise of like people would like this one thing, or they just go or like they're probably not thinking about it, but they literally are convincing themselves like this is a good idea, this makes sense and will make sense in the end, we promise you, but I'm not sure if that confidence is warranted. I don't know, like I just don't know where it's going with it.
Original anime. I'm glad we got Decadence because most original anime just recently has been so like this thing where it's just like where either nothing happens or it too much happens and not enough focus on what maybe what they should be focusing on. What is Precure focusing on, John?
Alright, so
it seems maddening from what I'm seeing, from what you was dropped in the server. Like, what the fuck's happening with those animals?
Shit is just getting further and further fucked. It is unhinged consistently. So, the if you recall last time, they were at the zoo and their teacher got infected with a fucking pathogerm. So now they have, I think they're called Giga pathogerms. No, not Mega, they're Giga.
Whoa, upgrading.
Because the demon sick people, I don't remember what they're called, but they can, I think they're just called the pathogerms, because then they create the mega pathogen. And anyway, they are upgrading themselves with the crystals. They're putting the crystals inside of them. So far, the girl and the buff dude has done it, but the twink is like thinking about it, I guess. So they are just basically the whole episode of episode 31 was them getting their asses beat. Like we got the fastest beginning of the episode to dog getting sick of all time. It took 20 seconds for the dog to get sick because they fixed the, like last episode, I think like a bush or something got taken over. They fixed that, and like literally as soon as they got done fixing that, the dog got sick again because the teacher got infected. And they couldn't do it. They couldn't beat the fucking teacher. They got their asses beat. And the dog was just sitting there sick, and they were all really upset. But then they went, we can team up. We can do this together. And so, before they had like their big like triple beam, but now there's 4 of them. So now they have a quadruple beam. It's quad, right? Quad is 4. Yeah, quadruple beam. And they made a new wand, and it's fucking horrifying. It has all the animals' faces on it, including the dog, and it just spins around. And the dog, like, screams in agony when it's, like, summoning them to make the new wand. And that's how they defeat Gigapathogerms, is they have to have the big new wand to shoot an even bigger beam.
Why does the dog have to be in pain?
I don't think the dog's in pain, it just looks all fucked up and screaming.
That sounds painful.
Maybe it is, yeah. I don't know. The dog's in pain because that's what the show wants. What the show wants, the show gets.
Is it what the show wants?
Maybe it's what the people want.
Yeah, it's like it's this horrible thing that exists to,
Yeah.
like...
It's like a... It's like a... I'm trying to think if there's like an animal or something that people just berate. I can't think of any. I guess Princess Latte is that.
Like in real life, like a real animal that...
I was thinking like another like fictional creature, but I don't know. I mean, I think Princess Latte will unite the world, because once enough people understand this fucked up dog and they all want to berate it and talk shit, and everyone follows the Twitter account, I think that's really what will reach across the aisle. We'll all figure out we're not so different, you know? But, and then the episode after that, because, you know, that episode was really wild, it was fucked up, it was crazy, there was all kinds of fights and power and all that, and it was just, like, really overwhelming. Episode after that, they're like, alright, well, we gotta relax a little bit, so now we're gonna learn how to be innkeepers, because the blue-haired girl is pretty much Yukiko, so she's got, from Persona. She's gonna inherit the inn eventually, so they're teaching her how to do it. The whole episode is mostly about her little brother, because he's not that good at doing stuff at the inn, so he's upset about it. But then when the Gigapathogerm shows up, he like helps rescue a dog, and so he found out it's a different dog. It wasn't the sick dog; it was a different dog. And so he learns that, you know, sometimes he's useful just in different ways, and that was pretty much it. It was just like a side episode where nothing really happened. I don't know. I learned that usually these shows go on for a year. Mm-hmm. So
I mean, per you know, until they just like, oh, we have now the new Precure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have like 2 movies, and I guess the first movie came out, so there's going to be a second movie eventually. I don't know. I still have to figure out if there's a way to watch the live show that they did. Because, you know, I have to document... I gotta document that, and then, I don't know, I mean, is there going to be an official release?
I hope so.
Is there going to be an official release of the movie somewhere? I mean, we're getting to the point where I'm going to end up having a fucking Healing Good Precure movie, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever, in my home.
Yep, you will. I already can see it happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up doing that, and you know, we'll see how that goes, I guess.
We will see how it goes. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get like an HDMI splitter so I can run it on my PS5 and take screenshots.
Oh my god,
it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to put actual money into this.
Again, you don't have to. Is the thing you don't have to.
I mean, you don't. If it's available somehow, I'll just do that. But I don't know. You know, people don't really upload movies.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I found some Kamen Rider DVD specials, so I bet you could. Who knows?
All right. Well, yes.
There are ways.
All right, then someone get the fucking dog on a website that I can access, whether legal or otherwise, and I will get some screenshots for you all. I mean, the Twitter's a little backed up. I haven't posted on there in a bit because for some reason the post for episode 30 like just didn't work. So I need to redo that post, and then I need to do the post for the last 2. I've just been, you know, got that shit. I got the new fucking console. Leave me alone, everybody. Leave me alone. I got the new console. Leave me alone.
The new console.
New console. Leave me alone.
You need the Crunchyroll app to come out for it.
It is already out on the PS5.
Oh, really? Wow.
With it, yes. So yeah.
It's really messed up. I was thinking how the Switch still doesn't have anything.
The Switch does not have anything except for, like, YouTube and Hulu? I think it has Hulu?
It has Hulu? Really? Wow. Huh.
I think so. And like, Nico Nico Doga, and that's it.
Oh, okay. It needs to get Billy.
Oh, yeah. That's where the DVD specials are.
That's true. That is where the DVD specials are.
Yeah.
That is guaranteed.
Wild West on that.
It really is.
Let's just get Vimeo on there, and that's it. So we can
let's
watch,
just get
like,
Daily Motion.
Yeah, so we could get like slightly cropped episodes of fucking like Nanny 911 on Switch. That's what I need. But that's it. That's all the fucking anime I watched. So
all right,
yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, but I was sent a Blu-ray of Cowboy Bebop for Christmas, early Christmas. So I'm gonna watch that eventually. I don't know when it'll be. Don't hold me to it, but it'll happen. I have not seen Cowboy Bebop in its entirety. I used to watch it when I was a kid, when it was on the Adult Swim, but you know, I was also extremely tired because I was up at 2 a.m. and I was 10, and I don't remember it very well, and I didn't absorb the themes. So that's something that I will watch and talk about, but not right now. Thank you.
I hope you enjoy it.
Me too.
Trying to decide if I want to go sicko mode here or let LV talk about more stuff. LV, why don't you...
What do you need to go sicko mode on? If you gotta get it out, you gotta get it out.
Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Uh-oh!
Oh, you're still trying.
I'm not
You're still
trying.
to...
I'm.
Well, you're not
I'm
trying. I
along
mean, you're
for
still
the
trying to
ride.
watch it.
Really just struck me with this most... The last season was not good, but it was very like, okay, yep, generic fantasy type, you know, whatever, sexy anime women that people like. You see the moving parts that make sense why people like it, whatever.
Of course.
This one, man, it really struck me that the author does not give a shit about anything, and the author is just sort of like looking at what you should do in an anime or a manga or whatever it is, light novels, whatever you should do in a piece of fiction when like to keep writing it, basically, like to be like, okay, so the last time it was like, let's do prostitution arc where there's I'm going to make a bunch of like the fucking Gerudo women archetype, basically, and they're all sex workers or whatever, and he has to save one of them from being a sex worker or whatever, you know, like that's it was like and then this season is, what about racism? And it's like where all of a sudden, all the monsters start talking on one of the floors of the dungeon or whatever, and and he has an existential crisis where he realizes, my God, I've been killing the monsters when they could have just talked. And I was just like, well, they've still attacked you, so I mean, like, I don't know, I think it's probably fine. But he adopts this little like girl or whatever and takes her home, and everyone's like, oh my God, she's a monster, and everyone's gonna kill us if they know. And I'm like, she speaks English though, like she speaks like whatever, Japanese, I guess. She's like talking, okay, like I feel like whatever. Anyways, they do this whole thing where it's like, oh, the evil villain, whose name is Dix per Dix, by the way, is just this generic ass man, and he is evil, and he was sent in to solve a puzzle, but then he found the monsters that can talk, and he realized, oh my gosh, I love killing the monsters who can talk because they cry and scream when you go to kill them.
Damn.
Unlike normal monsters. And it's like, okay.
All right, okay.
So yeah, the whole thing is just this epic guy named Dix Predicts just like being like, ha ha ha, I'm evil. Watch, you're stupid for not being racist. Bell, the main character boy, and main character boy just gets beat the shit out of because that's all that ever happens to him. He never wins. Someone else wins for him, but everyone thinks he's really cool for some reason, even though he sucks. Which is part of the main thing I'm getting. So you know Kirito, right? We've talked a lot about Kirito on this podcast.
Yes.
And we all know Kirito does a lot of things, and he's very badass and very cool, right? He's always the big hero. The Bell character from... I almost want to keep calling it Dungeon Meshi every time just because it's Don Machi. It's this weird same thing, but it's not that.
It's
Dungeon Meshi is good.
Yes.
the Bell character just does nothing. He never does anything. And neither does the Hestia character everyone always drawed the boob ribbon of. They don't do anything. Like they
her only interesting thing seems to be the boob ribbon.
She's like just
And that's
an
that.
asshole. Also, it's her character.
Yeah,
She's
that's what it
Aqua from
sounds like,
Konosuba, but like worse. I guess because
And like played straight.
Yeah.
Like she's not like a joke character.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like because again, this is the type of show that it is. So all of the girls are like, "Oh, Bell, he's amazing. He's the only one like him
They're
in the
just
world."
horny
And
for
it's like
him.
he's just
Yeah.
this guy who has the personality of Cornflake. He is voiced by Kirito's voice actor, I will say, by the way, though.
Oh, that's interesting.
But he doesn't.
Is he being
He has no
typecast?
yes, absolutely. He has no personality. And he does nothing. He loses constantly. He has one ability, and it's to shoot a fireball. And he just eats shit to literally everything. Someone else, usually the girl who is just a ripoff of Saber from Fate Go, or Fate in general, I mean, like she just shows up and then beats them for him, and then everyone just goes, "Wow, Belle, you're amazing," even though she just did it. Or this elf does it too. And it's just like, what is this show? Like, what is the point? You know? What is the point? Like,
Rose,
yeah.
I gotta stop you right here. This motherfucker's name is Bell. That's
Bell
all you
Crannel.
got. That's all you gotta say. This motherfucker's name is Bell. His
Yeah.
name is Ring-a-Ding-Dong. Fucking what the hell is
Yeah.
Ring-a-Ding-Dong? Dude, stupid dumb schlong. Go to hell, dude.
Wow. It is.
I don't know.
It just. Yeah. It's just like it's. I don't. It's the thing that's the most frustrating thing in the world to me when I see a piece of media where it's like you can tell the people making it don't care, right? Like
Yeah.
you can like that was the thing that was upsetting me about Akudama Drive and the Elena stuff is you can tell the people making it really care. They have like a degree of like effort and like skill and craft that they're putting into everything they do because even if like I don't think necessarily the thing that they're working on is great, they're treating it with respect, you know? They're like they want to create something that people will enjoy. And like there's nothing here. There's just nothing. Like just nothing. Like it's also, like, by the way, everyone else in the show is racist also. Just Belle is the only one who isn't, is the thing.
Right, okay.
So they're all like, yeah, we can just kill them, sure. Even though they're just, like, talking people who talk normal. Like, they're like a lizard man who will just, like, talk normally. Be like, hey, what's up? Like, literally, he'll talk like that or whatever. And they'll just be like, they're not even, like, straining to speak or anything. Like, they are talking just like normal people and walking around and reacting normally. Some of them even just look like people, like there are harpies in their dungeon or whatever that people just killed before that are just sexy women. Like, I guess they just scream normally, but it's like these are just sexy women. Like if they just started talking, like maybe. Anyways, yeah, I'm just sitting here like I don't know how this series got so big, like because like I get how Sword Art Online did, obviously, right? I get how like. I'm trying to think of another one that's like Sword Art Online. I don't know. I can see how most things get big, but this I can't.
It was pushed by Crunchyroll, and also it was the boob ribbon. It was 100. It was 100%.
But then-
like
I don't get the boob ribbon personally, and also the character who has it is like rancid, like not good.
people
Like,
didn't actually watch the show. They literally like
I know you're right.
they just
you're
jacked
right.
off to it. Like that's all it is.
They were like, Teehee, look at that, her boob ribbon, and then
They were done.
people and other people were like, what the fuck? Why is she designed way? This is stupid, which is valid.
Yeah.
But it was both of that too.
I guess you're right. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
She's also barefoot,
Yes,
right?
she is, and they draw
wrong?
attention to that. Not through the narrative, but through whenever she is in a scene. Let me tell you,
They show her feet
it is
first.
either from behind
Ooh.
showing the ribbon, or like whatever, like with her exposed back from her dress or whatever, and then her
Yeah.
feet up in the air, usually, like all the time, and it's just like, yep,
Why is she barefoot? Is it just because why not?
yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There's like
All
Greek
right.
mythology going on, right? And this whole thing sees Hestia. There's Hermes and
Yeah,
other
yeah,
stuff. They don't do
yeah.
anything with it.
Right, they're just named
They're
that.
just named- They are gods, apparently, but they don't have god powers or do anything. So it's just like, okay. I want Moriarty to appear and be like, tired of these rich people. And then they go through the whole thing. Because that's what they are. They're just rich people. They try to position these like, oh no, poor little Belle. And they live in a mansion with like 7,000 rooms and stuff like that. Like, it's... It is very, very funny, actually, though, when all the characters walk around, which, because there's no artistic, like, coherency between, like, how all the characters are designed, they just look like a bunch of people hanging out together who cosplay different stuff, like, just all the time. Like, there's the fox girl who's wearing a yukata, there's the samurai girl who has, like, the samurai outfit, there's, like, a tiny little mage girl, like, there's the monster girl, the little monster girl. So there's just like all these people who look completely different from each other and don't even look like they're from the same show. They just look like cosplayers.
That's fun.
All right, yeah, sorry. Anyways, that's that. I'm just, it's not good.
I'm glad you got that out of your system.
Yeah. So LV, do you want to talk about one more thing before we go to questions?
Sure, yeah, I'm gonna talk about one final nothing show, which is unfortunately this is the line webtoon that they've been is the focus of the season, which is Noblesse, or Noblesse. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how, because I was assuming it was Noblesse, but I cannot tell because it is spelt differently, right? It's
or Nobles, maybe
Nobles.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a nothing show, which is a shame because it's like, why? You know, like there was like a lot of production. So it's Production IG's animating this show. Again, this is another line webtoon. It seems like there's just going to be one adaptation attempt per season here on out, which is again cool. It's very fun to see like these global collaborations and trying to adapt a foreign work. But this is, I don't know, so far it was not good, so I just kind of stopped it. Again, I had a similar problem where, like, this is not drawing my attention at all, this is kind of boring, it's very slow paced, it's not really drawing me it's not telling me at all what the story even is. So the premise, from my understanding, is that there is this kind of, like, society and coalition of people trying to protect the secrets that there is some like otherworldly forces at play here in our world. It's like a contemporary world. Meanwhile, there's this it's a very odd story. This is the one where we like lost our mind because for some reason one of the characters is named Frankenstein, and I don't think it has anything to do with Frankenstein's monster thus far. It might at some point, but the whole point is that there is this guy who has woken up from like 100 years sleep, if not more, like centuries worth of sleep, and he's just kind of really out of place in the world. And this society, this collective is now trying to, like, you know, put him through like the normal life, as meanwhile, like, you know, just for him to live normally because they can't do anything about it. But ultimately there's like other things at play where people know some sort of like thing going on, but they don't explain what's going on besides the fact that he has like superhuman strength. So anyway, it's weird because they're, you know, speaking of rich people, they're using the word noble here as like a title for like having powers and not like a class.
Yeah.
You know, it's very odd. So he is a noble, so it's a proper name and it's a proper word, so it's capital N. He's a noble in the sense that he has some sort of, like, I don't know. Like, that's what I mean. I'm trying to explain this series, but I don't know. Like, it didn't do a good job of explaining what's going on. So the big problem, too, is, like, they apparently already animated shorts or, like, a OVA of some sort prior to this series, like, years ago. And the series is actually picking up from that OVA from fucking years ago. So this first episode starts off without explaining, because it's assuming you've seen the OVA.
About that. Oh my god, okay.
That, like, I don't recall because I wasn't paying attention to this show back then, back in 2016. But no, apparently that's the real first episode, because it's like the pilot in a sense. It's like the pilot, I guess, also, like, for them to test out, like, should we make a whole series, right? But no, yeah, it's... I don't quite get it. He's like, again, he's just he's important for some reason. I don't know why. The whole premise is like, yeah, he just was fucking asleep for hundreds of years, and now like he's in South Korea. This guy who's not Korean for some reason, and they have to keep him a secret, so they're just like put him through high school and whatnot. And he just fucking stands out, right? He looks like the whole, like, stereotypical, like, gothy, like, pale skin guy. Like, he looks like a vampire. I'm like, is he a vampire? That's what I thought he was. He's not a vampire, though, I think. They're not implying that, but he has some sort of power. They're not explaining it. But yeah, that's really the whole premise so far. Nothing's really happening. It's just them going back through school, running into these guys that kind of know his secret. But again, I don't know what's dire about him. I don't know, like, why is there like a group after him? Like, what's his deal? You know, it's just nothing was explained well. And in addition, the problem is too, like, I think the production quality too is not great either, unfortunately. You know, this is production IG, which is like kind of disappointing. Is it production? Yeah, it is. I'm just double checking. It's just kind of disappointing. They put so much, as there were issues with Tower of God, as there were issues with God of High School, they were beautifully done. They were incredibly well animated, well produced, incredible character designs, and really translated the original webtoons art styles into something much better. This looks like a very bland, cheap thing, and I described it as like, this is like a low-budget yaoi without the yaoi part.
Yeah, no,
and I think that encompasses the whole experience as well, because it's just very boring. Again, like a whole issue where nothing's happening. I'm like, I feel like this is like something that there's gonna be a sex scene after this, but there's no sex scene. It's just nothing. It's just nothing. Like, now they're just talking. Now they're just going to school. It's just, yeah. Like, again, it has the problem with same face syndrome. Like, again, they look like the sort of like lanky anime guys you would see in something of that genre. It just has nothing going on for it. There's nothing. It's not impressing me at all in how it looks, or in like what the story is, or what I don't even know what it is so far. I think they just dropped the ball in like this. I don't know. It's like weird. They put so much effort into like those previous productions, but not this series. And I don't know, it just made me think a little too. Is there like a double standard here, because this is not an action-y series targeting young men? Is this because this is like that sort of series, or like, oh, they're trying to aim for a female demographic and they put less effort in? I don't know. I am probably thinking of something like way beyond, but also I just have that feeling, It doesn't have qualities about it that I think would be super appealing to like a wider audience that they typically would depend on, which again, anime still is very heavily geared towards like young men. And this series I don't think is that. This obviously was appealing to like a female demographic. Yeah. And they didn't put as much work into it. Yeah. I don't know what I watched.
I don't either. Yeah,
I feel like really I watched an incomplete yaoi show. Yeah, without any appeal.
Yeah, I've seen 3 episodes of it so far, and it was really.
That's where I stopped. I was like, "What the fuck is this? I don't know what's happening."
It was just really inscrutable. It really was like just like I couldn't tell you a thing that happened really. Like just the beginning, they're in like Vietnam or something.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. It's so weird. It's such a.
What kills me, there was a scene where there was like a horrible fight where literally this big man was threatening like a teacher was coming out, and then in the middle of it, like one of the geeky like friends, he's like, oh fuck, you like what's your deal? You mess with that guy's girl, you should talk to her. They're in the middle of a fight. Why is that like a dude thing right now? He is threatening an adult right now. The characters too are very strange. They don't quite, they're very out of place with each other. They don't belong with each other. The way they interact it's so weird. It's like I don't know. It's a very cheaply produced show. That's what that is.
Just that whole sequence in the first episode or whatever, where he fights that big man who is threatening a bunch of teens, is just insane in general. It's an insane scene. He like is about to kill them. Like, he's just gonna kill a bunch of teens, and then he comes back later to do it again, and it's like, what? Why? Also, who are these teens in the story? Like, why? It's so weird. It has just weird vibes. All of these webtoons just have, like, even if I think, like, we've said, like, Tower of God was mostly good for the most part, at least, and then, like,
Yeah.
the second, and then God of High School fell apart, and then this one's just, like, indecipherable. Like, it's just like they have this weird conveyance problem, all of them.
I am worried. Does that mean the next webtoon adaptation is just gonna be
Even
bad?
more
bad?
insane? Like, yeah. Like,
Yes.
like, why is the quality
yeah,
dropping?
we sat there with Tower of God, and we were like, that was good, but I'd be interested to see if they do it
Yeah,
better.
there was, like, issues, but it was good.
Yeah.
It was like, this is great, actually. It has, like, a great potential.
And then we were like,
Yeah.
well, so that means the next one's going to be even better. They're going to handle it. And then it's just like, what is... Okay, what the fuck happened with God
Yeah, God of High School fell apart
and then this
really
is
bad.
Like, what? Like, what?
Like, going back to what you said, like, people not care. Going back to the comparison of, like, clearly a production that cares, even though the show might be bad, but the production clearly cares. This is both bad, but also the production didn't care.
Yeah,
like,
it was just like, yeah, we got to do this one.
And again, not to again, I don't know, like, what the full extent of the webtoon is, but, like, the story to me so far is very incomprehensible.
Yeah.
And this anime is not doing it a service at all.
No. Not at all. That's no Bleece, no Bless, no there's Sun Crunchyroll.
Nobles. Don't do it.
Don't do it, maybe. Okay.
Y'all ready to go on to questions, folks?
I was going to say, John, if you want to take us to questions, let's go.
Yes. All right. You can send questions, for now, to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. As I said on the podcast recently, we're going to change names soon. Not anytime right now, but just keep it in mind. videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask for now. First off, we got Shoeless. Shoeless asks, I love the Gundam Build Divers series, but I haven't seen much of the original Gundam anime. Is there a side series of an anime or manga you enjoy while not enjoying or watching the main series?
That's a good question.
My answer was also Gundam. But that is just because the only Gundam I've seen was the first Gundam Build Fighters, which that was good. And then I've seen War in the Pocket, which was tremendous. And that's all I've seen. I do eventually want to watch more of it. I'm not opposed, but that is just all I have seen so far. So that's my answer. How about y'all?
I have to think about this. But I know there is something. I just have to... Going through my watch history.
LV, do you have one?
I'm trying to think of that, too. I definitely feel like I have something, but it's not coming to me right now.
I, like, definitely have one. I'm, like, going through here, like, where is it? Well, clearly I love Boruto, but I hate Naruto. I liked Sword Art Online 2.
Wasn't there that spin-off?
The gun one.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that's a spin-off. The people like the spin-off, the gun one also. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that one's good also.
I was going to say that one.
But, I couldn't tell you if I didn't like Sword Art Online or not. I'm in a hell zone, so I couldn't tell you if that's true.
I think you should admit it, Rose. I think you like Sword Art Online.
I like parts of it, but I think the cohesive whole is...
Okay. Okay. LV, would you like us to come back to you?
Oh, I like the early railgun stuff, but I don't like Index.
Oh, okay. No, I recently started trying it. Burn the Witch. Burn the Witch is part of the Bleach universe. I have never fucking touched Bleach.
Okay.
I know. I know I sound like I'm busy owning Bleach a lot. I know I've never actually watched the series. I am that evil. But I am enjoying it so far. I forgot to mention that, but it's quite interesting so far. But yeah, that is something worth mentioning, I think, in terms of a recent one. I feel like there's definitely much older series I can say that up front, but I'm thinking right now, no, I've definitely seen the original series in some capacity of the sentiment else, but that's something I can think of right now.
Okay. And our last question from Anonymous, who asks, how has the way you watch anime changed over the years?
Well, I don't watch them on DivX Video anymore. Do you remember when that was a website where you could watch videos?
Ugh, no.
Okay, well, that was the only way I watched anime. Was people talk about like the 10-minute chunks on YouTube, which I absolutely did also, but the
and they were like bad quality.
Here's the thing. YouTube was blocked on the school computers, which was the only computers I had for a long time. So what I would do is I would stay after school, and DivX video was not blocked, and I would watch Naruto and other such things of that era. The era being like 2013. I don't know, 2010.
Yeah, a lot of what you would expect, like early anime piracy. Mm-hmm. Not early, because there's definitely like people way before us who are like, you know, I don't know what I would call it, our anime vets, the people who like rip VHS DVD,
right,
like, you know,
the heroes
tapes and had to go all the way to go through some insane no, but like in sense of like the 2000s anime piracy age, I guess. Later that of our generation, where like as Rose mentioned, video websites where the anime's uploaded in parts or torrenting, and getting scared your internet service provider was sending you something threatening and just didn't do anything about it anyway. In terms, I think, my habits, I'm very now. I think I'm more open-minded. I would say I'm very much now about like, I'm gonna try this. Why not? I'm less genre selective, but as you can see from what I went today, I put my foot down more when it comes to like, okay, I'm gonna stop watching this thing that I'm not interested in. I used to be very much about like, no, I gotta finish this whole thing, even though I don't like it. But it's like, no, I can figure out what happens by asking, or like someone else is enduring that, or looking it up. I don't need to experience something I don't like just because I want to finish the story or know what happens.
I'll be honest. I feel like me getting as into anime as I am was a relatively recent thing. Not you know, like not like within the last year or anything, obviously, but like. Before I was very much just like, I'll watch like a series or here or there. I was very casual about it, but now it is very much more of something that I keep up with and that I talk with people about more often, and you know that I own like Blu-rays and all that, and it's something that I just experience more often than I used to, because like back in the day, you know, like I watched bigger stuff. But I think the thing that really pushed me into like being a full-on anime fan was finally watching Ava and just having that experience, and then diving deeper and deeper into like more classic stuff, and then keeping up with more current things. And I used to be extremely casual. Now I am anime fan.
I think I mean, just in terms of like how I am with games and stuff, like over the years, I definitely became more of a person who wants to see everything to an extent, like just for curiosity's sake, and to see like how different areas of the medium are handling things. Yeah,
I want to at least be aware of what's going on these days. You know, like obviously I'm not going to watch everything. I know that you watch a shit ton. You both watch way more than I do. But, you know, I feel like I can at least keep up with the conversation more than I could have, like, 5 years ago, you know? Like, 5 years ago, I absolutely couldn't. But, like, now it's like, you know, if someone brings up Jujutsu Kaisen, I at least know what they're talking about, you know? I can bring up what I'm watching, and, you know, I can keep up with the conversation. But, 5 years ago, I'd just be like, I don't know, I watched Fully Cooley when I was in middle school. I don't know, you know? So...
Yeah, like, so when I was, like, a teen... I was like very the type who would get insanely into one series for like a year and then switch to a new one. That would be insanely into, like, it was like, you know, like Naruto for a long time, then it was like Bleach for a while, then it was like Death Note, then like I'm trying to think of like the last one, like Madoka, then like Kill la Kill, stuff like that.
Right.
It was just like basically one a year, basically is what it used to be.
Yeah.
And like now it's like I said, like I want to see more and stuff like that, but also like I want to see more less than good anime, if that makes sense, because like this is the same way I am with games now, where it's like I want to see when something is bad so I can appreciate when the things that I really like are really good and what makes them good, if you know what I mean. Having that contrast point is like really important for me. I think like obviously for the critic brain in me, but also just like the like enjoyment parts. Like I can go like, man, why do I like this thing? I can tell you exactly why I like this thing, because it's not like this thing or whatever, you know, like that. Like it's because the way that they do this and stuff like that. And that's why I've definitely watched more these days. It is crazy to think that there was like a long time where I just didn't watch like anything. The only time I would watch something was like a social thing with like, say like, oh yeah, we watched whatever. Me and my girlfriends watched JoJo every time a new JoJo came out. Like that was like the extent of it or something like that. But like nowadays it's like, yeah, I'm watching like most things, and like you, like I know what even if I don't know it, I know what these things my friends are talking about is, or something like that.
Right, and you know, I don't know if okay. I know that people don't think that this is necessarily a bad show, but like I was legitimately appreciative that LV picked Angel Beats recently, because, you know, like the way that you were talking about it, you weren't even like in love with it or anything, and
but
I appreciated that, because it was something that, you know, that was flawed and that I really didn't like, and that you all had differing opinions about, and that other people had different opinions about, and it's just like it's good to have things that aren't just complete knockouts, you know. It's like doing this podcast has absolutely helped me expand my repertoire when it comes to, you know, looking at a story, looking at animation, talking about it. It's absolutely helped out just in the grand scheme of things. So, you know, not just for anime, but for games, for movies, you know, like branching out and watching different stuff and interacting with different media absolutely helps your brain. So yeah, that is how things have changed. I have gotten smarter. We have gotten smarter overall, and that helps watching things.
No, definitely, for sure. Yeah, it is crazy. I think, like, if you told me, like, even, like, a few years ago, like, you'll be watching anime all the time, multiple times a week, you'll know what Sword Art Online is, I would be like, no.
Telling your younger self about Sword Art Online.
I need to tell you about Kirito.
That's a very scary
Kirito
vision.
right now. Like, get away from me. No, I don't even know. Oh, it's important.
Yeah, I think again, the whole thing about, for me personally, when I put my foot down, realizing I don't like this, I shouldn't hop on I can get off this train anytime. It also goes with me being selected too of what I want, like, as much as, like, I said I'm open-minded to more things, that I'm trying not to restrict myself by genre anymore, but I'm also not as pressured to, as I used to. And I think this is how a lot of us discovered anime back then anyway, too, and now anime is more accessible to watch. And, we had to depend on word of mouth, like what actually was showing on, like, American networks, like Adult Swim, for instance, Cartoon Network's Adult Swim block. And I just feel less pressure to watch something just because it's popular, too. I think a lot about, like, oh, yeah, but I figure out ways I can understand the show. Or maybe I'll watch a little bit of it, but I won't commit fully to be like, I need to watch it because a lot of people are saying it's good, which is not true most of the time. It's like, no, it's because there's things appealing about it to some people, but it doesn't mean it's good. I feel less pressure to just watch something for, like, because that's the conversation right now. I'm just gonna go my bare minimum of, like, understanding what's going on here. Again, critic brain, where, like, okay, yeah, I need to know why people like this, or, like, why people dislike it, but I don't need to submerge myself in that conversation fully. I don't need to be part of that, and that's, like, my acceptance of, like, I can't. It's not possible for me to watch and consume every piece of media that exists, and and there will be tons of new things constantly being made, both good and bad, in the rest of our lifetimes, and I'm not going to be able to consume it all, and that's fine.
No, it's not fine. It needs to all. No. Yeah, no, definitely, that is something I've been easing into too, also, where it's like, yeah, it's fine to just know about it, sometimes.
Yeah, and especially if something is widely enough popular, there's information to figure
Yeah.
out like what's the deal without actually having to watch it.
I don't need to watch
And
Attack
that's
on
still a
Titan
worthy
ever
source
again.
of information.
All right, so that about does it then. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you both for watching anime, watching fucking thank you both for doing the thing. I think we us all watching like 2 shows together basically, and then watching a bunch of stuff apart, I think works really good as because we can have bridges where we all talk.
Right.
Definitely helpful. All right, so that's the podcast. So not next week. In 2 weeks, we'll be talking about Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, the first 12 episodes. Is that what we said, 12?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember. You know what we can do soon? I'm not saying this is what we're going to do next or anything. I'm just saying what we can do soon. Utena just got uploaded to YouTube in HD for free, all of it. So I'm just saying that's there.
Oh.
Okay.
It's there. But Ghost in the Shell, standalone complex, 12
I
episodes.
mean, if you listening want us really badly to watch Utena, you could always go to
Yeah, that's true.
patreon.com. You could always go to patreon.com/VGCC, give us $3 a month, and then vote for that, and we will take it into consideration. That's not 100%, but we'll
That's
take it
true.
into consideration.
We definitely will. We'll consider it after just saying it.
It's a favorite of mine.
Yeah,
So
me
there
too.
is a bias here, though.
Yeah.
That is on my list, so I would not be opposed.
Yeah. All right. So well, John just did the Patreon for me, so I don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Woohoo. Organic. All right, then. Yeah. Thank you both for joining me again. Thank you all for listening out there, and I hope you have
and I will just say though, folks, it's always a good idea to rate and review on shit. I know it's dumb.
Right.
It's dumb to say. I know you all don't want to hear it, but just do it as a favor for us because it helps us get out there more, and then more people listen, and then more people respect our opinions because we're the best anime podcast out there, and people need to know that we're brain geniuses. Okay.
At the very least, I will give you the Railworks promise that we will never be horny.
I can't promise that.
Okay, well, we will. You know. All right.
Well, we can promise we won't have advertisements, I think.
Yeah, we can
Sure.
promise that. We can.
Sure.
We can definitely promise.
Save the exception of Gamer Goo, which is sponsoring the games.
That's true.
Not
We need
It
anime
is-
goo.
So there we go.
It-
That's
It is
one,
not
that is the
sponsoring.
one
It is
exception.
powering.
Oh.
It's powered by,
Oh, okay.
sponsored.
All right, fueling.
yeah.
Fueled by Gamer
fueling.
Goo.
Yes.
All
There's-
right, okay.
They,
Gassing it
yeah,
up.
so unless they come out with anime goo, we will not be.
I hope they don't.
It's a nasty
no.
scent. It's worse than gamer goo. It really is to say. It is worse. Anime goo.
You don't want to
just
know
smells like-
where that comes from.
just
The
smells like
alliteration's doing
pus.
some heavy lifting, right? Like there for
Yeah.
gamer goo, like it takes it to another level. But anime goo, it's like, oh no.
That's already bad.
Oh. Okay. Well, even if they come out with anime goo, we won't let them sponsor us. Don't worry, everyone.
we won't.
Powered
We
by.
won't touch
We'll be powered by, not sponsored by.
Well, we're powered by all of the people listening to this. Thank you very
Yes.
much. So yeah, I hope all you out there have a good day, night, week, month, year, so on and so forth. Do your best out there. Have a nice time. And thanks for joining us.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Let's go 好きにやろう今日のスケジュールまずは決定同調圧力跳ねの決定面白そうなことだけに徹底レゴ覚めない夢の面影を追いかけてアラームオフに設定晴れた空見上げて今日はグッデイオーライ荒れた た街こぎらせ外しとけその足かせ何もないところに波風立てることあるそれでも明日へ進むだけでしょ雑音だらけのこの街をすり抜けて今日の調子また確かめ全て自分のさじ加減それぞれの場所それぞれの波動確かめるように Oh let's get loud okay 正しいだけの言葉はいらない今を生きるよ Oh let's get loud okay
重ねた愛しい罪優しい嘘眠れぬ悲しみ祈りつぶやく翼を奪われた夢